2, 1.
Good evening, sports fans. Coming to you live tonight from Central York High School. It's Todd Edwards standing alongside my broadcast partner tonight, Dew Jones, welcoming you tonight to this big District 3 6A championship game. Not between one, but two York County teams, Dew.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good game tonight. It's Central York versus York High. And, you know, this is the game that everybody wanted to see. These two teams played against each other the last 2 years in the county championship. And now they're playing for the District 3 championship. So it should be a really good game. We're excited. I mean, fans are starting to come in.
They're starting to file in. And what a reminder, fans, we're going to be on the side of York High tonight. Hopefully it won't be quite as hostile as we up at Central Dauphin last week. But they are allowing visitors. And as you can see across from us, some fans from Central York in attendance tonight, really for this historic matchup between two unbeaten teams. Of course, Central's led by their Division I commit, Beau Pribula, heading to Penn State. But he has some business here to do still with Central York, too.
Yeah, just speaking about last game, Beau Pribula had a great game for Central York. He made a play every time that Central York needed to play. The whole team was really running on all cylinders that last game. And, you know, Central's coming in high. And York High had pretty much what you would consider a bye week by having that game that was forfeited against Harrisburg for them to take some more time to get some rest, put some more plays in, and, you know, be prepared for this big-time matchup.
And it will be a big matchup. York High led by their super phenom sophomore running back, Jaheim White. I got a feeling he's going to get some carries tonight.
Yeah, Jaheim White, as a lot of you people know him, call him as Florida. A lot of people know him as Florida. Jaheim White, only the sophomore, but he puts on some big yardage when he gets the ball. I mean, he's not a little guy either. He's very stout, and, you know, that's a guy you got to key on tonight. Janai Sims, also for York High, one of their wide receivers.
And Jaquez Simmons as well, another big playmaker for York High. Players to keep an eye on. They're led by their quarterback, Sam Stoner, the coach of Russ Stoner, who will be coaching York High tonight.
And Sam Stoner also has over 1,000 yards this year, passing. So, you know, congratulations, Sam Stoner.
And we mentioned Jaheim White, over 1,200 yards rushing. Keep an eye on these players. Of course, Central, we mentioned Beau Pribula, but also their wide receivers with Taylor Wright-Rawls and Judah Toom. Yeah,
you got Taylor Wright-Rawls, and you also got Judah Toom, two great, offensive weapons. And Judah Toom actually had a breakout game last game against Central Dauphin. He had 3 touchdowns, over 100 yards. He had a kickoff return for 95 yards. He put a lot of people and a lot of teams on the map as far as, what he can do on the field. And it's a long time coming from him because he's been doing that for the last couple of years, Todd.
Yep, it should be a great one. We're going to make our way up to the broadcast booth for the broadcast tonight. A lot of sponsors tonight. We do want to get our sponsors. We're going to make mention a bevy of sponsors have stepped in for this big District 3 matchup, too.
Yeah, we appreciate all the sponsors that came through tonight, to sponsor this big game between two York County teams. I mean, it's a home field advantage for us because, you know, we know both teams very well.
Yes,
and a lot of sponsors do a lot of work with both these teams. And most of our sponsors have kids that actually go to both school districts. So we really appreciate that. And we will be featuring the sponsors and talking a little bit about them tonight. And you can also see them at the lower of our screen as it's rolling, as it's rotating, and also the sponsors that's visible right now.
And we do want to thank the fans for tuning into Comcast York Channel 18 and also our social media outlet, Facebook, White Rose Community Television channel on YouTube. We thank you for tuning in tonight. We're on both sides of the fence this time. How about it this week?
Yeah, absolutely. And, we want people to share this feed. We want this to be a really big game. We know this is a historical game because this is the first time ever in York County where it was two York County teams going against each other.
In the districts.
And this is the team that everybody wanted to see play against each other anyway.
Yep. York High, Central York. Get your bottled water and popcorn, tune in, get ready for some Friday night football under the lights. Absolutely magnificent weather tonight. Temperatures reached 70 degrees, dipped down into the 60s tonight. Maybe a little bit of the Florida feel. You mentioned Jaheim White from Florida here tonight's broadcast.
Yeah, it should be a really good game between both teams. Make sure you guys tune in, go in the live feed, chat. Talk a little bit about what's going on in the game, and also people that's watching on cable. This game will be available at 7:30 tonight. We're doing a tape delay, so the game will be available on cable, Comcast Cable Channel 18. At 7:30 or 7:45, around that range. But we're going live online. You can watch it on Sports Shooting Stars, White Rose Community Television, and also on YouTube and on Facebook.
Sounds good, dude. Let's head up to the broadcast booth and get ready here for this big game tonight. And a lot of talk with the game, and of course our sponsors will mention as York High is in the the north end zone here. Broke huddle, getting ready, led by their head coach Russ Stoner. Undefeated, both teams tonight.
Yeah, and both these teams, Todd, they have similar records. I mean, York High is 6-0. I think Central York is
They're 7-0
7-0.
with the win over Central Dauphin last week. A rather impressive win over Central Dauphin out of the Mid-Penn. But tonight it's two undefeated teams, a great matchup with YIAA teams for Division I. Not just a chance to go to the States tonight, but also the winner of this game will be the overall winner in Division I YIAA. As we're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here at Central York High School. A nice crowd has settled in under the conditions here. There's visiting fans from York High along with Central York. As I said, an absolutely magnificent night for football here. It'll be a dry track. No wet weather tonight, so no chance for bad weather to cause some disruptions for the flow of either team offensively or defensively for that matter. Central York comes into tonight's game averaging 56 points a game. York High's no slouch either. They're coming in averaging 40 points. Again, they're led by their sophomore quarterback, Sam Stoner, and their super sophomore phenom, Jaheim White, tonight with over 1,200 yards rushing. And as you can hear, some of the Bearcat faithful here applauding their team as they make their way to the sidelines from the end zone for a little pre-game talk. York High will be wearing their road jerseys tonight. They're all white jerseys. Central York, as they'll make their way out of the tunnel here momentarily, will be in their all orange jerseys tonight. And before we get underway, I had a chance this week to talk to one of the game officials from the PIAA, Brian Horner. And last week, the question came up, I know, in our broadcast and for our viewers at home in terms of intentional grounding outside the pocket. He informed me that only occurs on Saturdays and Sundays, not on Fridays. That does not apply to high school football, which I found interesting, and I wanted to pass that along to the viewers. I try to get answers to some questions that pop up during our broadcast that we may not. We know a lot of stuff, we just don't know everything.
Yeah, we appreciate that official that's talked about that particular play, because that kind of baffled us as well as far as what was going on with that intentional grounding, which resulted in a 2-point safety for Central Dauphin.
And at that moment, it kind of changed some of the momentum for the Central Dauphin Rams. We're joined in the broadcast by our camera operator, Belinda Morales. She's joined us here tonight. Yeah, dude, before we get to mention our sponsors here, just want to make mention I had a chance also I was busy today, or this past week, interviewing some people. I talked to his assistant head coach for York High, Lenward McMillan. He said this week the team had a disciplined practice, the game plan set, and he said it's all a matter of execution, and he feels his Bearcats are well ready for this Central York team.
Yeah, I know York High's going to come in here. They know they're at this point they're somewhat of an underdog because of how well Central York's been playing. But York High's no slouch as well, because they're always in competition. They're always in competitive play, and they know how to come up big in big-time games. So this is one of those nights where you can really see the spotlight shine pretty light on York High and what they're good at as far as running the ball, throwing the ball, and winning a big game.
We saw that when we broadcasted the game at Northeastern. They had a good mix between the pass and run. I'm sure that'll be on display tonight against this high-powered Central York Panther offense.
And yeah, we just want to thank everyone that's watching and tuning in tonight, and also want to give a shout out to some of our sponsors, returning sponsors, and we got a couple new sponsors this year, Todd.
Let's go. Hey, Toyota of York, they jumped on board last week on
Absolutely.
Sports Shooting Stars. You can contact them online, www.toyotaofyork.com or 717-470-5785. Our good friend Casey Campbell. Casey's the sales general manager for Toyota of York. Reach out to him. And also, S3 Performance Training, season-long sponsor located at Heritage Hills right here in York, Pennsylvania. Check out John Turpak and Ron Johnson on Facebook and Instagram. Also, Basil Insurance for home, auto, life insurance, your first stop for all your insurance needs. Check them out at 717-792-6400. They're located at 2210 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania.
Also, want to give a shout out to Maya's Movers. They're one of our returning sponsors that came back this year. You can contact them at 717-825-4738 or email them at staff@mayasmovers.com. Founded 6 years ago by my good friend Tony Hudson, who's here tonight watching the game. Local or long distance, they're reliable and affordable. Check them out on Facebook and also on Instagram. Also, want to give a shout out to the sisters. This is what I consider the Mitchell sisters. There's 3 of them that decided to be one of our sponsors tonight, and there was actually our sponsor last week as well. But first, a shout out what we want to do is with Ruth Fletcher of Mitchell Family Chiropractic, located at 2159 White Street, Suite number 8, York, PA 17404. You can contact her at 717-854-5222, where families come to regain and maintain their health.
And how about Prestige Motor Cars of York? Luxury for less. The best cars under $10,000. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail right here in York, Pennsylvania. You can reach out at them at 717-781-6750 or their website, prestigemotorcarsofyork.com. Also, Parma's Pizza and Grill. Check them out. There are 2 locations here in the greater York area at 1041 Haynes Road in York or 476 East Main Street in Dallastown. Parma's Pizza and Grill. Check them out on Facebook and place your orders now. It'd be a good night for some food and football. How about it, Dew?
Absolutely. I know Parma's is checking us out tonight. They're watching the game. We'll give a shout out to Parma's son, Darren Banachista.
Bonachisti. Oh, that's full-blooded Italian there. How about it, Dew?
Absolutely.
And also, how about the York Adult Flag Football League? Does watching football maybe get you in the mood to play a little football? Well, the York Adult Flag Football League is up and running. Over 750 adults, 40-plus teams in both York and Hanover. This year, they're focusing on youth. Check them out on Facebook. That's YAFFL. That's York Adult Flag Football League.
And also, I forgot to mention Darren's son over at Parma's Pizza. I didn't get a chance to say his name, but I want to give a shout-out to Blake Bonakista and him checking out the game tonight. He's a 22-year-old special needs guy that loves football, loves sports, and couldn't go to a lot of games this year, so he's watching from at home tonight.
At home in the comfort of his home. Well, hello, Blake. Glad you can join us. I hope you enjoy this big game. A rather historical matchup tonight between 2 undefeated teams, Central York and the York High Bearcats. And we're just minutes away from kickoff. It's interesting, dude. The Central York team has not made their way out from the locker room yet with just under 3.5 minutes to go before kickoff.
Yeah, I think they'll be busting out. I see them lining up, but they haven't actually came out yet. But I know they're going to come out to a roar. I want to also give a shout-out to Martha Mitchell of Keller Williams Realtor, located at 1620 South Queen Street, York, PA. You can contact her at 717-755-5599. She's been in the business for over a year and loves to help people get into their dream house. So we want to give a shout out to Martha Mitchell and thank her for being one of our sponsors tonight. Also, the sister of Ruth Fletcher, and I want to add in another sister, Genevieve Barr of O'Donnell and Barr Association Law Firm. They specialize in estate planning, wills, power of attorney, family law, and corporate. She actually lives in Central, and her kids go to school in the district. If you want to contact her at 717-632-9580.
No doubt about it. If you have anything, and having a will is rather important. We want to make that mention to a lot of our viewers. But here comes the Central York Panthers. They're making their way out of the tunnel, dude.
And they're busting out with 2 minutes and a half to go before the game actually starts.
And the Central York Panther marching band is here. They're rather vocal, and I did get a chance also this week, busy talking to some people this week. Assistant coach for Central York, Adam Ogle, he said they had a hard week of practice for the team. Wednesday they practiced under the lights in the chilly weather, preparing for tonight's matchup, and they're ready to go tonight. This should be a great one, Dew, here. We've had the pleasure of broadcasting, nearly 100 football and basketball games. But this one tonight, a district game between 2 undefeated teams, and not only that, moreover, 2 York teams here tonight at Central.
Yeah, I know this is the matchup that York County wants to see, and, it's a special treat to do it here tonight. And I also I wouldn't want to be any other place here tonight besides at Central Field watching York High and Central York go at it. I also want to give a shout out to Frick's Hardware, John Bernstein, and also Sherry Bernstein. They were supporters of York High, and they also came through tonight and also supported this program. I also give a shout out to Joe Frick, which is her mother, that also helped with the sponsorship tonight.
thank all the sponsors for stepping up and allowing us to broadcast here the district finals game. And, of course, last week we were up at Central Dauphin. Tonight, this is more in our backyard, Dew.
Also, we had a private donation this week as well, Todd, from Will Sturgis, which is the father of number 8 from Central York, Isaiah Sturgis. He donated on behalf of his church ministries and the American Cancer Society. I just want to give a little shout out to that Sturgis family, and we really appreciate them being behind us and giving us that support. Just a little bit about Isaiah Sturgis, number 8. He gets some college looks from Fordham, Davidson, and St. Francis. He's an honor roll student. He has a lot of faith in God. And after school, he wants to get into law enforcement or some type of physical training.
There you go. Yeah, keep an eye on number 8 for Central, Isaiah Sturgis, running back and defensive back. And also want to give a shout out to the Positivity Guru, Kevin Jackson, stepping up as a sponsor as well, an alumni of York High, class of 90. Thanks for jumping on board with Sports Shooting Stars tonight, as we are just seconds away from the playing of the national anthem.
Also want to add before we get into this game tonight, this game tonight is going to be dedicated to Coach Rodney Washington. Rodney passed away earlier this year. 2020 has been a very hard year for a lot of people, and Rodney wasn't here to survive the year with us, but he knows both these kids on both sides. He's a very supportive guy in the community. Everybody knows Rodney Washington, so this game right here is a game. He's a basketball guy, but I know this game right here will be very, very, very meaningful to him, and we want to dedicate this game tonight to Rodney Washington, Coach Washington as we call him.
And also, we also have Kim Ziegler, Settlement Officer at Home Sale Settlement Services, located at 2525 Eastern Boulevard, right here in York, Pennsylvania. You can reach out to at 717-718-8496. Providing service for over 42 years, giving you peace of mind is one of her largest investments.
Yeah, Kim Ziegler is one of the new sponsors that we have this week, and I really appreciate her shouting us out and, getting on, getting the opportunity to partner up with us. And you'll see her information as well at the bottom of the screen rolling through with her email address and her phone number as well.
I want to remind the fans that we'll be having several sponsors throughout the course of tonight's game. We'll be giving shout-outs to a bevy of sponsors that we appreciate for stepping us up. Also, Pastor Joel Faulkner of United Lutheran Church of York, located at 408 West Market Street, right here in York, Pennsylvania. You can check them out, their website, unionlutheran.org, or reach out on the telephone at 717-843-7897.
I forgot to also add, we got a double sponsorship tonight from David Williams of Hill Street Auto, located at 237 Hill Street, York, Pennsylvania, 17403. You can contact them at 717-318-5804 or go online and check him out at www.hillauto.com. He has a very nice selection out there as well, so you want to check them out. And also he's doing professional piano moving. Located at 1516 Brook Lane, York, PA, 17403. And now it's time for game time, Todd.
Well, it sounds like it's certainly the York High faithful here making their presence felt here at Central, as York High will get set to kick off the ball here to Central York. York High in their all-white jerseys is Central York in their all-orange jerseys here in front of a nice crowd gathered here this Friday night, November 6th, 2020. The finals of District 3, 6A football. And we have underway here at Central York. And brought down hard, number 17, Raquel DeWitt. Much to the delight of the York High Bearcats. And that will bring out this high-powered offense from Central York, led by their quarterback, junior, Beau Pribula.
And if you see the screen shaking a little bit, that's because we're right on the bleachers with the fans, and they're shaking it up over here big time.
They are. They're making their presence felt early in this game as we are just seconds into.
Back.
Looking to throw the ball deep downfield. And connects to Judah Toom inside the 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Judah Toom. And just like that,
a big-time play from Beau Pribula for almost an 80-yard bomb to Judah Toom.
If you blink, you may have missed that, unbelievable. And just like that, Central's on the scoreboard.
I mean, and that's how you want to start a game. I mean, they went out for the big-time blow just to keep York High reeling back, and it actually worked.
As we mentioned, that's like that heavyweight fighter landing that first punch.
Absolutely.
And, wow, with just 16 seconds off the clock, point after attempt.
And that's a shell shocker right there. I mean, when you come out, you think they're going to run the ball or do something conservative, and they throw an 80-yard bomb, and then you throw it to a guy like Judah Toom, who we already just spoke about, number 4, who has big-time speed running a 4.4.
Big-time speed, and he's kind of picking up where he left off last week at Central Dauphin with his first touchdown tonight.
I want to give a small shout-out to number 35 from York High, Marcellus John. He almost tackled him. He almost ran him down, but that was just a big-time play from Beau to Judah Toom.
Cool looking ball on the field for the point after attempt. And it's up and good. And your score, Central York 7, York High 0 with 11:44 to go here in the first quarter at Central York.
And that's what you call, Todd, I think that's what you call November football. You know, when you get into deep in the districts and you're trying to go to the states, you got to do different things, and Central York just showed that. So I'm very interested to see how York High is going to respond, because they have weapons as well all over the field, and they had some deep threats back there with number 4, Jaheim White, and also number 35, Marcellus John, who has some kickoff returns this year, so you got to watch out for those guys. I wouldn't want to kick it to them.
And cool looking ball will kick off here in the opening seconds of the first quarter. And if you maybe stepped away for that bottle of water and popcorn, you missed a big-time play. About 75-yard touchdown reception there, Beau Pribula to wide receiver Judah Toom. And just like that, Central's up 7-0 over York High. A high kick by Cole Luckenball. Picked up by Jaheim White, looking for some running room. And this will bring the York High Bearcat offense out on the field for the first time tonight. They're led by their sophomore quarterback, Sam Stoner, 6 foot, 190 pound. Jaheim White, number 4, is your running back. Player to keep an eye on offensively for this York High Bearcat team. Sam back in shotgun formation to his right, Jaheim White. Lone setback. And a running play for York High. They give to number 3, Jaquez Simmons, for a minimal gain. Bring up a second down for York High. Second down and 9. Central looking at threatening a blitz here. A running play. And not much running room there for number 4, Jaheim White.
And we saw that last excuse me, we saw that last game with Jaheim White. He only got about 10 touches in the first half. You know, expect him to get the ball a lot more for this game because they're going to really lean on him to win this game. And also with Janaz Sims and Jaquez Simmons.
Yeah, 2 big playmakers on the outside for this York High Bearcat team.
Right now it's 3rd and 9 with 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Central York is up 7-0.
Sam Stoner looking to throw the ball and complete it down the right sideline for a first down. Complete to Jaheim White.
And like I said again, you're going to see a heavy dosage of Jaheim White.
Well, you do. He could just not run the ball. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, as evident on that play. And that's a first down for the York High Bearcats with just over 10 minutes here in the first quarter.
And that was a really good pass from Sam Stoner as well, finding his open check down and getting the ball to Jaheim White. And people got to realize, we know both teams average a lot of points, but this is a rivalry game, so you can expect maybe a little bit low scoring affair, at least to start off the game.
Dating back to when Central York was in North York. Incomplete. Pass intended for number 22. That's Aaron Johnson, and falls incomplete.
And that was well played by number 2, Cole Luckenball.
Cole Luckenball, also the kicker for this Central York ball club. See
Senior.
also number 4, Judah Toom, out there on the defensive side of the ball.
And we spoke before about number 19, Victor Pena. He's a very good cornerback and has a lot of success out there on that wing.
Also keep an eye defensively for Central, number 9, Jack Smith, and number 10, Carter Glassmeyer, 2 linebackers.
This should be an interesting matchup with Victor Pena and also Rasheem Lee, number 14 for York High. Rasheem Lee can jump really high, and he's matched up right now with Victor Pena.
That's Janaz Sims' first reception, number 21 for York High.
And York High is doing a great job so far moving the ball down the field. Right now, it's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, a big third down here for the Bearcats. And we thank you for tuning in this Friday night to Sports Shooting Stars. It's Todd Edwards, Dude Jones, Belinda Morales here on a nice night for football.
Oh, it's a beautiful night. I mean, the stars are out tonight.
Clear night, no precipitation in the forecast. Sam looking to throw the ball downfield and incomplete.
That was good coverage. That was a really good job from Sam Stoner. He looked down his check downs, didn't see anything open, and fired it where he thought it was at. But he did a good job of going through his progressions.
And that brings up a 4th down and 3, and it looks as if the York High Bearcat offense is staying out on the field here, They need to pick up 3 yards. Get the ball to would be the 44-yard line of York High.
Well, you know what the plan is with York High right now is to be aggressive, especially if Central York came out in the very first play, shot a bomb. So York High is going to keep that aggression and go for it on 4th and 3. Looks like they thought that over, and I think they may be kicking it now, Todd. They actually took Sam Stoner out the game, so I don't know what formation they're in right now.
And you
see they are
kicking
kicking it.
They are.
And again, they're kicking it to number 4, Judah Tome.
And a high punt, but not very far now. It will take about the 45-yard line.
Not the kick you want, Todd.
Not exactly due, and especially in a district final game. But we're here in the opening quarter. It's 9:17 to go. It's Central York 7, York High 0. This will be the second possession for Central York. And let's see what they can dial up here, offensively against this Bearcat.
And that's the 3rd kicker I've seen for York High. They originally started off with Samir DeShields. And then I think number 90 was their kicker for a while there. He was knocking down some big-time extra points against Northeastern.
That was Amahi Walker, a freshman for the York High Bearcats, frustrated on the sidelines there. Beau rolls to his left, looking to throw the ball deep downfield, incomplete.
And Judah Toom is really hitting his stride right now.
It's another completed pass to Judah Toom, and a hurry-up style offense, and a flag is thrown. awaiting the call here, dude, with 9:02 to go.
And tonight, Todd, I think we have around
offsides against York High. Go ahead, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think tonight we have around 1,000 fans here tonight. I know 800 fans were allowed to come from Central Side, and I think York High got around 200.
And they have a nice following here tonight, York High Bearcat. It's just nice to see fans from both sides in the stands. Yeah. Ball set up at the 33-yard line. Beau Pribula. Another completed pass to number 20, Parker Hines, the sophomore. First down, pick up. Beau perfect on the night so far, do.
Also want to add in, you're not going to see Taylor Wright Rawls, number 11, on offense right now tonight.
They give to Isaiah Sturgis, number 8.
Isaiah Sturgis is one of their heavy backs. He can get the ball, go right down the middle, and get that tough yardage that Central York needs.
And Taylor Wright Rawls, more on that topic, do your intel telling you there with Taylor Wright Rawls?
Taylor Wright Rawls tonight is not going to play on the offensive side. He's nursing an injury, but he is playing on the defensive side.
And a run right up the middle by Isaiah Sturgis in for the touchdown.
Big time. We just talked about Isaiah.
And a 25-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Sturgis. And just like that, dude, Central York is up.
And I know I made the Sturgis family happy. I'm pretty sure they're either in the crowd tonight or they're watching. Also one of our sponsors for the night, so that's a big-time move from Isaiah Sturgis.
Another flag down here, dude, on the special teams. False start on the Central York Panthers. Will move back 5 yards, but a 25-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Sturgis.
Right up the gut. And we just talked about him getting that tough yardage up the middle.
High snap is down. Kick is up by Cole Luckenball. And your score, Central York 14, York High 0 with 8:09 to go here in the opening quarter of District 3 6A football. It's the finals. 2 York County teams all on the line with the winner due advancing to the state playoff round. And it should be exciting for one of these teams.
Yeah, York High has to keep their head up. It's only the first quarter. We know what Central York can do as far as scoring points, and we also know what York High can do as far as scoring points. So, they just have to keep their head into the game and try to slow down that offense that Central has. But York High did a really good job last time on offense of getting the ball down the field. It just kind of came a little bit short on that 4th and 3. 4th
and 3, and we mentioned this coming into tonight's broadcast. Central York averaging 56 points a game. And they seem to be well on their way again tonight due to this. It's a high-powered offense. A lot of weapons offensively for Central York. Cole Luckenball getting ready to kick the ball off to the Bearcats. A high kick, end over end.
To number 4, Jaheim White.
Jaheim White looking to bring the ball upfield for some running room.
Handles the kickoff for the Bearcats, brings the ball out to the 20-yard line.
And you have to think, too, if the Central York defense is going to be zoning in on running back Jaheim White tonight, that's probably one of their first missions tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. But they also have some deep threats with, excuse me, with Janai Sims and also with Rasheem Lee. Rasheem Lee, as I said before, is also a basketball player. He can dunk the ball with ease. So, Sam Stoner gets an opportunity to throw that ball down there on a 50-50 ball. There's a good chance that, one of his receivers can catch it.
Ball set up at the 21-yard line of the York High Bearcats. They'll be moving right to left on the TV screen here at Central York High School. Thank you for tuning in this Friday night. Incomplete. Pass intended.
And for the people that's not here tonight, it really feels like a real football game finally in 2020. What do you say, Todd, around here in the YIAA?
Oh, yes.
Because there's fans on both sides. It's loud. People are standing around the field. It feels like the old traditional game style of football.
No doubt. That pass was intended for number 14, Rasheem Lee, incomplete. Plenty of social distancing going on here on the visitor side here at Central York. Back to action here, Sam Stoner in shotgun formation. And they give to Jaheim White right up the middle and a big run and a first down by Jaheim White.
And Jaheim White, he's one of them kids. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And that's what they need to do, Central York tonight, is contain Jaheim White.
Jaheim White comes into this game tonight with over 1,200 yards rushing. Certainly a player to keep an eye on. That's number 4. If you're scoring at home, number 4 running back for York High. Single setback, Jaheim White. And going right back to Jaheim White. Another big run right up the middle. Out to near midfield for Jaheim White. Much to the delight of the York High Bearcat fans here, dude.
Absolutely. It brings York High to the 50-yard line. You got to give a lot of credit to Jaheim White's offensive linemen, too. They're giving him a great job and open up them holes so he can get there and get that extra yardage. And that's waking up the York High crowd. My old school, who I still love.
Split loyalties here tonight.
Split
How about
loyalties.
it, dude, between York High and Central York for you? Seems Center back in shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball deep downfield, and boy, he was incomplete to number 14. Touchdown, Rasheem Lee. You mentioned his name, dude.
Absolutely.
Big time 50-yard touchdown reception to Rasheem Lee.
And he beat Victor Pena on that play right there.
One-on-one coverage.
On that one-on-one coverage that we mentioned that York High can have some success with.
And just like that, York High's back into this game with 7:04 to go, dude.
And as we said before, Todd, both these teams can score points, and we can see that right now.
And the point after attempt is up and good. And your score, Central York 14, York High 7. Opening quarter here at Central York, dude. And the fan base is rather vocal here tonight.
They're starting to liven up right now. I don't know if the fans can feel it at home, but it's happening right now at this field.
I can certainly feel the energy here on the broadcast side.
Rasheem Lee, his mother's here, Nina Gilbert. She's up. She's excited.
She
having
can
a
hardly
good time.
contain herself, dude.
He's having a good time.
With 7:04 left to play in the first quarter. Panther 14, Bearcat 7.
We mentioned in the pregame, dude, York High comes in here averaging 40 points a game. Certainly no slouch either offensively and by putting points on the board.
Well, both teams pack a punch, so we'll see how Central York responds to that type of, that type of play. That's another big-time play. I think that was about a 55, 60-yard throw.
Yes. And back for Central York, Judah Toom.
And as I said before that happened, that's a matchup that's going to be very interesting. Victor Pena versus Rasheem Lee.
And Brian Rivera kicks the ball off to Raquel Witt out to 25. Looking for any running room out to the 30. And pushed out of bounds.
If I'm not mistaken, Raquel DeWitt used to go to York High a couple years ago.
Now playing for the crosstown rival here. How about it, dude? All on the line tonight. A ticket to the state playoff round for one of these teams, either York High or Central York.
And it'll be the first time ever, I believe, that one of these teams can win the District 3 championship. So it's a lot on the line tonight. Looks like Central
maybe
York.
a timeout. Central York, that'll leave them 2 here in the first half. And speaking of district finals, a big-time viewer of ours, Dave Gibson, mentioned to us, Central York in 1990 played Manheim Central and lost by a point.
Wow.
And that was the last time Central York was involved in a district game. It was played at Hershey, and they lost by 1 point in 1990. So
30 years ago.
It's been a while, yeah. So for Central
These
York.
kids weren't even born at that
No,
time.
we're not. So it's
Be mindful of our obligation to keep the students and fans as safe as possible. Please maintain social distancing and continue to wear those masks.
Now Central lines up after that big-time touchdown from York High. Let's see what happens.
Let's see how they respond. Still up by 7. In motion, Judah Toom, and the give is to Judah Toom, looking for extra running room behind that big offensive line. And out near a first down there on that run, do.
And we don't have the percentage, the yardage up here right now, but you got to wonder, what is Judah Toom yards per carry?
Yeah,
It has to be up there. Number 4. Keep an eye
Number
on him
4,
for
yep.
Central York.
Flanked out to the right side. And a running play. Not much going there.
Okay, that's Amir Manigault, number 33. If you
Amir
guys didn't know
Manigault.
who that was, he's a really hard runner. Just getting back into the lineup. Keep an eye on number
His
33.
jersey's changed. I believe earlier he was
Number 12.
Yes. So back to action here. Beau Pribula looking to throw the ball downfield, and a catch by number 13, Kyle Fontes, a Bucknell University commit. Keep an eye on him, number 13, a tight end. Another one of the Division I players for Central York.
And they say tight ends are quarterback's best friend, so keep an eye on number 13, Kyle Fontes.
Very sure-handed, Kyle Fontes, number 13 for Central York. Also along that line, left tackle Josh Gaffney, number 73, a commit to the University of Albany. Back to action here. Beau drops back, looking to throw the ball, and caught for a short gain. Judah Toom, it's going to be for a 2-yard loss. Brings up
2nd and 12 with 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first quarter.
ball at the 46-yard line of Central York.
And we haven't seen Beau Pribula run the ball yet. He's been in the pocket passing and handing off. So expect some fireworks if Beau Pribula gets a chance to run the ball.
Another dimension Beau brings to this offense are his legs. 4.6 40 speed here. And we'll see Beau back looking to throw the ball deep downfield. And caught by Judah Toom. What a catch.
Wow.
Inside the 30-yard line.
That was a great pass, but even better catch.
No doubt about it. Sure-handed Judah Toom. It's hard to believe he has not picked up a Division I offer yet. I was reading earlier this week in our newspapers he has not been offered a D1 scholarship. But with plays like that, I got a feeling he'll be coming.
Well, I know he's on the radar.
A running play.
I know Judah Toom's on the radar of a lot of colleges, so they're going to start calling and writing those letters very soon.
Amir Manigault with the carry.
Also want to add, without Taylor Wright-Rawls, number 11, on the offensive side for Central York, they gave number 5, Karan Brown, the opportunity to start this game.
Senior for Central York. Flag is down, and there looks like an offsides call against York High. That be a 5-yard penalty due.
Very important for York High to play a clean game without having any offside penalties or any turnovers if they want to win this game.
They'll bring up a 2nd down and 2. Ball set on the 22-yard line of York High with under 4 minutes to go here in the opening quarter from Central York High School. It's Sports Shooting Stars. We bring the game to you. And
looks like there's a timeout
by the Bearcats. That'll be their first. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining with 3:48 to go in a rather exciting first quarter here, from Central York.
I mean, it's been a lot of fireworks so far. It's already 21 points put up between both teams in the first quarter. Expect a lot more, too.
In a timeout here from Central York, the offense coming out. Bearcats called again their first timeout. Down by 7, York High, but Central York's threatening here, with 2nd down and 2. And to give to Amir Manigault, looking for running room. He has a 1st down and more down the left sideline.
And Amir Manigault had about 2 players as he dragged them along to get that 1st down.
Really running with a purpose is number 33, Amir Manigault.
Only a junior, number 33 for Central York.
Ball set up at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 now, a new set of downs. And Mir Manigault stood up there by the Bearcat defense. Bring up a 2nd down.
And as we said before, fans that's tuning in, when you have a rivalry game like this, you can expect anything to happen. I don't really expect a high-scoring game, but I do expect a competitive, back-and-forth game between two teams that know each other very well.
And, of course, York High had a week off with not playing against Harrisburg, so they had an extra week of rest. Central York coming off the win against Central Dauphin last Friday. The keeper by Beau Pribula down the left sideline and in the end zone for a touchdown. Beau Pribula. And a 9-yard touchdown run by Beau Pribula, dude.
And that's the first time Beau actually ran the ball. We spoke about that. If Beau gets a chance to run the ball, he brings a whole nother dynamic to the Central York offense.
I believe Central Dauphin's still trying to chase him down after last week, after a 60-yard touchdown run. But Beau picks up with a 10-yard run here tonight. Cool-looking ball. Snap is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. With your score, Central York 21, York High 7. And I'll tell you what, it's been the scoring has been spread around for the Central York team. And of course, Isaiah Sturgis with a 25-yard touchdown run. Judah Toom to open things up with that big 75-yard touchdown reception. And right there on that sequence of plays, Beau Pribula with a touchdown run.
Yeah, and as we said, both these teams can put up big time points. They already had 28 points in the first half. And, York High had that big time play from Sam Stoner to Rasheem Lee for a 60-yard bomb. So that was a good play they can always go back to, I believe, and be very effective for them.
Still plenty of time here. Opening quarter with 2:52 to go here at Central York.
You want the fans also to check out, people that's watching the live feed, check out our sponsors that's located at the bottom of the screen. We really appreciate them helping us out and getting this game on TV and online.
End over end by cool-looking ball.
And that's Jaheim White with a
Jaheim
full
White
head.
looking to break down the right sideline, and he is blazing down that right sideline and pushed out of bounds.
I mean, just to think, number 4, Jaheim White, he's only a sophomore. I mean, we're going to see him for the next 2 years. So just expect big things from him coming out of York High. And York High always has a staple of good running backs that come from their high school.
I'd like to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Toyota of York, S3 Performance Training, Basil Insurance. How about the York Adult Flag Football League? Parma's Pizza and Grill with 2 locations in York and Dallastown. And Prestige Motor Cars of York.
Yeah, speaking of the York Adult Flag Football League, John Urey, the owner and president of that league, is also a Central York grad. He's one of our sponsors here tonight.
And a running play. There's not much going there for Jaheim White.
And that's
4.
a big tackle for number 73.
Josh Gaffney.
Josh Gaffney. We spoke about him earlier.
Yeah, playing
Albany commit.
Playing on the defensive line there, and he kind of stands out, number 73, along that defensive line.
Now, Victor Pena, number 19, needs to go out there and keep an eye on Rasheem Lee, number 14.
One-on-one
because he's
there.
one of those big-time wide receivers that can catch the ball. And as you said before, you throw it up, there's a 50-50 chance he can catch the ball. And he's looking
Sam Stoner
for
looking to throw the ball deep downfield. There's Jaheim White, catches it, slips, and falls down, or otherwise he may have been going the whole way, dude.
And that was a great wheel route from number 4, Jaheim White. He was out the backfield and kind of crawled around and made that happen. Great pass from Sam Stoner.
And a first down for the York High Bearcats with just over 2 minutes to go.
Very interesting to see York High attack Central York secondary as much as they're doing right now. I mean, there must be some things they've seen on film that they thought they can have some success going at Central York secondary.
And they're going at it right now against this Central team. Down by 2 scores, but again, plenty of time here in the opening quarter. Sam Stoner looking to throw the ball again deep downfield and overthrew his intended receiver. Looks like that was intended for number 21, Janaz Sims. Incomplete.
And the Central York squad, they wanted an offensive pass interference because Janaz Simmons. Is it Sims?
Sims.
I'm sorry, Janaz Sims.
Janaz Sims.
Got into it a little bit with the quarterback, so they wanted an offensive pass interference. Not happening tonight, though.
Not tonight. No ball set up at midfield here, right in front of us, do. And you notice number 1, Beau Pribula, back in the safety position for the Central York defense.
With 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in the first quarter.
The give to Jaheim White up the middle for about a 5-yard pickup.
Can't forget to shout out Angelo's Pizza and Subs, located at 145 Glen Drive, Manchester, PA. Phone number 717-384-6615. You tried the rest, now try the best.
Here you go. And what perfect combination for football do this Friday night? Pizza and wings.
We might get some pizza and wings tonight from our good friend Sean Toomey.
Bring up a 3rd down and 5 ball on the 45-yard line of Central. Sam back. And, threw it in there. Some dangerous coverage there. A lot of orange in and around the area of his intended receiver, number 3, Jaquez Simmons.
And watching Sam Stoner, first time really watching him throw the ball as much as he's throwing in this game, and especially in the first half, he has sort of a wind-up. You wonder if that comes along with that left-hander feel that some of the left-handers have, sort of a wind-up before they throw the ball.
It's a good question to pose. Some of the best left-handed quarterbacks in NFL history. I know Steve Young comes to mind. Remember Steve Young with the 49ers?
Sure. Little bubble screen.
Bubble screen and complete to number 22. That's Aaron Johnson, and a first down for this York High Bearcat club.
And that was great execution from York High. They had a great game plan with that play right there, and they executed very well and gave them a clean first down. That's about a 22-yard pickup.
And we're under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. District 3 6A finals.
York High with the ball on the 30.
Trips formation for York High. Samson are back in shotgun formation. And a give to Jaheim White.
Both teams are playing a very sound game in the first quarter, kind of testing the waters out, seeing which one can give and do what. And, they both have been successful. York High has been successful as well. It's that last drive they had to kick it on that 4th and 3.
Right now, it looks like York High is going to be content to run the clock out here in the first quarter. And your score at the end of the first quarter, Central York's 21, York High 7, but they are threatening against this Panther defense here as we're bringing the game to you, this District 3 6A matchup. It's Stu Jones, Todd Edwards, Belinda Morales here on the camera. And we thank you for tuning tonight.
Yeah, right now we're going to give a quick shout out to some of our sponsors. You can see them on the graphic on the
television screen.
Graphic on the television screen. Some of our sponsors. As we said before, we have Pastor Joe Folkermer of United Lutheran Church of York.
Kim Ziegler, also
of Home
Settlement
Sales.
Officer at Home Sales Settlement Services. How about Frick's Hardware with John Bernstein? No stranger to York High there. How about it? And Kevin Jackson, the Positivity Guru.
Also, Maya Movers with my good friend Tony Hudson. He's out here tonight watching the game. Keller Williams, Realtor, Martha Mitchell.
Ruth Fletcher
of
Mitchell Family Chiropractic.
Yep.
Here in York, Pennsylvania. Also, another food item here, Angelo's Pizza and Subs, located in Manchester, Pennsylvania. Reach out to them at 717-384-6615. You've tried the rest, now try the best.
Also, shout out to the other sister, Genevieve Barr, of Attorney at Law of O'Donnell and Barr Association. And, of course, we got S3 Performance Training, Toyota of York.
Basil Insurance as well, no stranger to Central Athletics. Parma's Pizza and Grill, 2 locations, one in York and Dallastown. Prestige Motor Cars of York, Luxury for Less. And the York Adult Flag Football League with John Urey. You're looking to play, check them out on Facebook. It's YAFFL on Facebook. And we're back to action here with York High. And a give to Jaheim White.
And one of our cards fell. I'm sorry about that. But also Prestige Motor Cars of York. I don't know if we mentioned. Oh, yeah, you did mention. Okay, I'm sorry.
Luxury for less, the best cars under $10,000. Check them out. They're located at 1899 Susquehanna Trail right here in York, Pennsylvania.
And we want to remind the fans tonight, this game is dedicated to Coach Rodney Washington, who we lost earlier this year in 2020. He was a fan of both teams. He knew a lot of players on both squads, and we knew that this game would be very important to him. So tonight, this game is dedicated to Coach Rodney Washington.
And a 3rd down and 4, and it looks like some movement along the line here, dude. We'll see a flag has been thrown. 3rd down and 4, ball at the 24-yard line. And it's against York High, dude. False start. We'll move them back 5 yards. And it'll be a 3rd down and 9. Ball set up at the 29-yard line of Central York, but York High is threatening with 11:13 to go. To give fake to Jaheim White and complete to number 21, Janaz Sims. And that's going to be a 1st down, dude.
Got to give a lot of credit to Coach Stoner with the play calling. With the play calling tonight. He's doing a great job of mixing it up and showing a new package I don't think Central York was really ready for.
No, they weren't, in a big-time catch there.
Sam Stoner's doing a great job with executing and getting the ball to his players.
And, dude, it looks like, did they call that? It looks like, was there a flag? It looks like that play's coming back, and another flag, a 5-yard.
And that'd be tough because that gives
looks
York
as if
High.
I'm being told it was a legal man downfield. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 now for York High. Much to the chagrin of the York High fan base here. Not happy with that call, dude.
And you got to think where York High's at right now, this is 4-down territory. I mean, if they don't get it right here, they're going to still go for the ball in the 4th.
Yeah, the ball set up at the 34-yard line. Sam rolls to his right, looking to throw the ball deep downfield and wide open in the end zone to number 3, Jaquez Simmons. And just like that, a 34-yard touchdown reception.
Great pass and great catch from Jaquez Sims. And that's somebody we talked about earlier who we watch who can always get open. Sam Stoner is doing a great job of getting the ball to some of his players that need to get the ball. Right now, there must be something in that Central York secondary that York High likes.
Yeah, and they're attacking it. And just like that, we're seeing offensive fireworks here tonight on display at Central York.
And that other game we did with with York High, we didn't see him throw the ball that much. This game here has been a shootout so far.
It has. The kick is up and good by Brianne Rivero. And just like that, York High's down by 7. Central York 21, York High 14 with 10:39 to go here in the 2nd quarter. And the York High faithful making their presence felt here tonight at Central York, too.
Yeah, definitely. York High's in the building. I mean, there's not many of them, but it's enough of them to make it real loud on this visitor side that we're sitting on.
I would say probably, close to 200 York High fans are here. Visitor section. And a nice crowd on the Central York sideline as well, with the band included.
Yeah, really impressed with York High coming into this hostile environment like they are and putting up the points that they're putting up and, staying grounded no matter, even though this is a big-time District 3 championship game. And this is a game that people that is not familiar with York High or Central York can watch and see that, there's a lot of talent in York County and these teams can go back and forth. Right now, I believe Central York is ranked number 3 in the state of
3, yes,
in 6A.
In 6A, and they of course knocked off the 61 ranked team last week in Central Dauphin, and they were ranked 61 in the nation, Central Dauphin. So quite impressive. But right now they have their hands full with this York High Bearcat club.
Yeah, York High's not going to give up at all. It's going to be a 4-quarter dogfight.
The kick is received, and down the right sideline. So number 17, Raquel DeWitt.
And all 3 kicks so far has went to Raquel DeWitt. So he has an opportunity to get a couple yards and get his team down the field. He's been doing a good job with that.
And nice field position. The ball will be set up looks like at about the 46-yard line.
And technically, this is the most points scored against Central York all season.
14 points.
Well, I'm sorry, Central Dauphin had 15.
15. Beau Oh, and hit hard and taken down by this York High defense. And a big-time hit on Beau Pribula, dude.
And that's the first time we've seen York High get at Beau Pribula. So it's real interesting to see how the game plan is for the defense.
Interesting to see. Beau bounces back after that hit. You don't see a defender hit him too hard like that, but on that play, the Bearcats came through. It's a 2nd down and 13, a loss of 3 on that play.
And the thing about the Central Bearcats, anybody can make a play.
And batted down. Looks like by number 1, Tyrell Witt for York High. And it's a 3rd down and 15. Ball set up with a 41-yard line.
And now, right now, Central York is facing a little bit of adversity. We'll see how they respond to it.
Yeah, clearly the momentum right now seems to be on the side of the York High Bearcats.
And the thing about Central York, any one of their players can make a play, so let's see what happens.
Trick formation for Central York. Beau back in shotgun formation, looking to throw the ball downfield. Pass rush coming in and brought down. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And the York High defense stands.
Great defensive play from York High.
Yeah, a loss of 4 on that play. 4th down and 19.
And I don't think I've seen Central York so far have a 4th and 19 this year.
There was a flag down on the play. I believe that was declined by York High with a 4th down and 19. It'll bring a punting unit out. And the punter for this Central York ball club, Beau Pribula, number 1. First time I think I've seen all year this offense under a little pressure here.
A little bit of pressure.
Yes.
And real interesting on that touchdown drive, too. Beau Pribula wasn't back at safety when they scored that bomb, which Janai Sims. And back to and back as a punt returner for York High is number 35, Marcellus John. Very dangerous on the open field. And no matter what, it looks like York High is going to have some good field position, Todd.
See what Beau. End over end. It's going to take a central bounce. Picked up by Marcellus John, looking to go down the right sideline. And brought down by number 7, Seth Griffins on that tackle.
That's a big-time tackle from number 7, Seth Griffins, because Marcellus John had his head already going down the field for some extra yardage.
And now the York High Bearcats, led by their quarterback, Sam Stoner, come back on the field. Let's see what they can do. Just down by 7 with 9:30 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Both teams have 2 timeouts. And clearly it seems as if the momentum may be on the side of the York High Bearcats.
Well, York High right now, with 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go, has an opportunity to tie this game up, this District 3 championship game. This is not just a regular game.
No,
this is for all the marbles at night.
Jaheim White breaks off the left tackle, looking for some running room up to about the 45-yard line.
And as we mentioned to some of the fans, number 11, Taylor Wright Rawls, is out there playing defense, number 11 for Central York.
But not playing offensively for the Panthers.
Not right now. He's nursing a hand injury, so he's going to be really protective of that. But he's one of the key defensive guys, so they got him out there on the defense.
A 2nd down and 5 was a 5-yard pickup for number 4, Jaheim White. We're under 9 minutes to go here in the 2nd quarter.
And so far, York High's quarterback, Sam Stoner, has had a lot of success throwing the ball against Central York.
And a shovel pass. And a big-time run down the left sideline. He could go the whole way inside the 15-yard line. Number 3, Jaquez Simmons, off the shovel pass, too. And just like that, York High's knocking on the door.
Absolutely. And I can't get around. I don't know who's calling the plays right now for York High. I don't know if Coach Stoner is the offensive coordinator, but whoever calling the plays is calling a marvelous game because they got Central York backpedaling, not knowing what's going to happen next.
Yeah, I believe the offensive coordinator for York High is Matt Baker. Remember Matt Baker, the former Central York Panther who went to Temple?
There it is.
Up some plays here, and to give to Jaheim White. Stood up there, Dew. Ball on the 15-yard line.
York High's doing a great job with some misdirections. put some new plays into the playbook and keeping Central York backpedaling. Central York needs to get it together, stiffen up a little bit, and make some big plays.
It's been a clean game on both teams so far. No turnovers.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Over 35 points scored in the first half.
And
7
again,
minutes and 50 seconds to go in the second quarter.
York's knocking on the doorstep here, looking for more. Offense spread out. Give to Jaheim White. And the defense of Central has that play snuffed out.
And what do you say, Todd, in this situation here? Is it 4-down territory or
do you bring your kicking unit out to put some points on the board here, You're only down by 7 with just under 7.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter from Central York High School.
Right now it's a 3rd and 9.
See what this offense can dial up here. Ball on the 14-yard line of Central York.
And this is what they call the money down, being a 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9, trips formation. Looking to throw the ball in the end zone. And incomplete. Pass intended to number 14, Rasheem Lee, who had a touchdown catch earlier. Now it'll bring up a 4th down for York High with 7:03 to go here in the second quarter.
And right now, here's that question that we asked not too long ago. Are they going to go for it or kick it?
It would appear to me as if they're going to go for it, but a timeout looks like it's going to be called by Coach Rush Stoner.
And that's a good
High.
timeout to talk it over and see what your options are and what the percentage is and what you think you can get out of this play.
With 7:03 to go here in the District 3 6A Finals, we thank you for tuning in tonight to Sports Shooting Stars as we bring the game to you this Friday night. It's 2 undefeated teams. Yes, it's York High and Central York for the District 3 championship. And also the winner of this game will punch a ticket to States, where ultimately they hope to play in the sweetest place on earth up at Hershey Park later.
I mean, just to have November football in York County, I mean, it feels amazing. I know these kids feel the feeling that you can have having football in November. And, this can be a precedent. This can be something that, a lot of teams can continue to do around the YAIAA. So these are the top tier teams right now with York High and Central York.
The 2 top teams are going at it here, and we're bringing the game to our fans.
And we're going to go and take a quick second break and show some graphics of our sponsors on the screen. Again, these sponsors have helped us out throughout this year, throughout this season. I'm pretty sure they'll be back around the basketball season as well. So we want to thank the sponsors. Too many to name right now.
Yeah, we'll transition from football to basketball,
and now we're back.
Yeah, we're back on a 4th down and 9 call here. The York High Bearcat offense stays out on the field. Let's see what they have dialed up here. And a flag down,
Looks like that might be a false start on York High.
If that's the case, it'll move them back 5 yards. And it looks like it will be a penalty against York High. A false start. And some untimely penalties here for the York High Bearcats. Nothing like cutting off some momentum here as the York High.
But again, it's 4th and 14, and Sam Stoner's been having a lot of success throwing the ball deep against York High.
And a fumble, and a scramble
York
for the ball, and just like that, it's going to be turned over to Central York.
And that's a big-time heads-up play for number 13, Kyle Fontes.
Yeah. The Bucknell University commit playing defense, and Central York will come out on the field here with 6:57 to go. Sam Stoner with the fumble on the snap.
And that's exactly the type of break that Central York needed. Because right now, York High was looking to punch it in on that 4th and 14.
A lot of momentum on their side, but we're back to action here. And a quarterback keeper by Beau Pribula out to the 35-40, 45, out to the midfield, and a big run by Beau Pribula.
And Beau Pribula ran into number 63, Danny Pham. And if he didn't run into his own player, Beau would have probably broken for another 10, 15 more yards.
Beau drops back, looking to throw the ball downfield. And that's complete to Judah Toom. And in playing pitch and catch between the combination of Beau Pribula and Judah Toom tonight. Ball set up at the 40-yard line and a new set of downs for Central York. We're just over 6 minutes to go here. The second quarter. They give to Isaiah Sturgis off the right tackle.
And Isaiah Sturgis, that we mentioned, already has a 25-yard touchdown run. Pretty much untouched going down the middle. And we also got to add in, York is a very resilient team, so they're not going to go down at all. They're going to keep fighting.
They're going to play for all 4 quarters here. Another running play by Isaiah Sturgis, and just content to pound the ball here a little bit. Running behind that big offensive line, led by, of course, Josh Gaffney, the center, Lake Hinderer.
Right
you
now,
mentioned Danny Pham, number 63.
And then York High fan base is yelling defense as Central lines up 3rd and 5 with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Kyle Fontes in motion. Flag down. Beau's going to keep the ball. And let's see what the penalty is.
With the keeper, and there's a flag on this play.
We're awaiting the call here, Dew. Looks like the penalty is against Central. An illegal shift on the Panthers. It's going to move them back. Ball will be set up on the 40-yard line now. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with just under 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter before halftime. In the District 3 6A finals from Central York High School. And we got a great matchup here, Dew, tonight. A main event between these two teams. Mir Manigault in motion. Beau back in shotgun formation. Looking to scramble. And brought down hard by several York High defenders, Dew. And that'll bring out the punting unit and a loss of 3 on that play. I saw number 5, Karan Brown, out here right in front of us waving his hands as if he was wide open. It did not look as if Beau saw him open in the flat, but that'll bring up a 4th down. Beau, not just a quarterback, but plays some safety and also punts for the Central York Ball Club.
He's Central York Swiss Army knife. Does a little bit of all.
A low snap, punt is up. And a fair catch. And I'm just going to bring out the York High Bearcat offense here, dude. Just down by 7.
And they had 3 minutes and 54 seconds to get the ball in the end zone, or at least get a field goal and cut into this score. But right now, it's been very competitive on both sides.
It has been.
Giving a lot of credit to York High's offense and their execution of their plays. Sam Stoner's having a field day right now with Central York's secondary.
It's what we expected between these two great schools. They're coming in here undefeated, and a great matchup tonight. They give to Jaheim White, running up the middle.
Such a tough runner, man. I mean, even now, he's not even on the floor. There's people around him, so he's just a hard runner.
He keeps his legs churning, and certainly not afraid to make contact, is he, Dew?
And just imagine, he's only a sophomore, so we're going to see 2 more years of Jaheim White, a.k.a. Florida.
Need a little of that Florida weather right now. It's kind of gotten a little chilly here at Central York.
Starting to get a little nippy.
But no precipitation in the forecast. It'll be a clear night for football here with just over 3 minutes to go. And 1 timeout for York High. And a pitch out.
And that's one of those plays that York High likes to run it quite often, and that's that bubble screen and giving their wide receivers an opportunity to make some yardage.
This pass was complete to Janaz Sims. Clock continues to tick with under 3 minutes to go. Ball on the 22-yard line of York.
And Janaz Sims is also one of our players that's featured on our poster that we post online earlier this week and also today. Number 21 for York High. Wasting a lot of time on the clock right now.
You would almost think they'd be in a hurry-up style offense, and a flag down on this play,
Looks like that's a false start on York High. I believe.
The Central York Marching Band is certainly making their presence felt here. A false start against the Bearcats. That'll move them back 5 yards. The ball will be set up at the 17-yard line.
That'll make it 1st and 15.
1st and 15. A lot of local media here including Sports Shooting Stars, and why not? This is the big matchup of the week, maybe the season right now between these two undefeated teams. Back to action here, a running play.
And that brings us in at the 2-minute warning, and the clock is counting down. About a minute and 55 seconds to go in the second quarter.
It's a 5-yard pickup. Jaheim White.
Has been a very close game between both ball clubs.
Yeah, no sense of urgency here, it seems, offensively. With
you wonder if they're trying to lull them to sleep so they can get that big bomb like they did before.
Could be here.
Could be a strategy.
Back to action here and stood up Jaheim White. Josh Gaffney, number 73, in on that tackle,
And you wonder if York High's content with going into the locker room only down by 1 touchdown.
Well, a timeout called now by Central York. Each team now have 1 timeout remaining. And maybe Central York's thinking maybe they'll get the ball back here with 1:24 to go. And this would be a good time to give a shout out to some of our sponsors. Prestige Motor Cars of York, Basil Insurance. How about S3 Performance Training, Toyota of York, the York Adult Flag Football League. After watching some of this action tonight, maybe you have the itch to play some football. Well, think about York Adult Flag Football. And also maybe while you're watching a game, you want to place an order for some food. Parma's Pizza and Grill, 2 locations, one in York and Dallastown.
I want to give a shout out to Blake Bonakista as well. He's watching tonight. Darren's son over at Parma's Pizza. I'm pretty sure John Urie's watching from wherever he's at tonight. Like I said again, former Central York grad. Also want to give a shout out to Maya's Movers. Phone number 717-825-4738. Or you can email them at staff@mayasmovers.com. Owned by Tony Hudson, a good friend of mine. He's actually here tonight. Check him out on Facebook and Instagram.
And Angelo's Pizza and Subs, another food sponsor for us tonight.
Big time. 3rd and 9.
Back in shotgun formation. Looking to throw the ball deep downfield and incomplete. Intended for number 22. That was Aaron Johnson. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 9 with 1:21 to go here in the second quarter. And obviously this will be a punting situation here for York High, And Central York, with their offense, will be back on the field here.
And there you have number 4, Judah Tome. He's back there as a punt returner. He's dangerous. As we keep on saying over and over again, he can score from anywhere on the field. And we'll see how this punt goes. Last time, Jaheim White only punted the ball about 12 to 15 yards. It looked like a muff punt. Better kick that time.
High kick. And it'll take a Central bounce. And they'll have some good field position here inside the 40-yard line. Well, and Judah Toom last week against Central Dauphin, remember he had 1 return, 95-yard touchdown.
First play of the second half.
Yes, kickoff return, so.
Also want to thank all the fans that tuned in with us all year long, checked out all our games. I think this is game 8 for us, correct,
Been
Todd?
a busy broadcast schedule, yes. And Beau Pribula back. Looking to throw the ball downfield and connects. Connects to number 20, Parker Hines, the sophomore for Central York. Another sure-handed receiver for this Central York offense,
Yeah, they have a lot of high hopes on Parker Hines. He's a good player, junior, number 20, so keep an eye on him all times. He can score. He had a big-time catch against Cedar
Central
Dolphin
yes.
for a touchdown.
And right now, Central York threatening here with their offense. Beau looking to throw the ball deep downfield. And just beyond the outstretched arms there of number 20, Parker Hines, his intended receiver.
Parker Hines had a step or two on him, but the ball was just out of his reach a tad bit.
List Parker Hines at 6 foot, 185 pounds. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 1:01 to go here in the second quarter. Beau looking to throw the ball deep downfield and to Judah Toom. Incomplete. One-on-one coverage there, matched up with Marcellus Johns out there on the right side. 3rd down and 10 with 56 seconds due. And it looks as if Central York's looking to try to dial up the big play here before halftime.
And that was a big-time hit for number 55 for York High on Beau Pribula.
Beau back. Did he catch it? Did Judah Toom catch that? But wow, amazing catch. From our vantage point here, I wasn't sure if it was complete or incomplete, but a completed pass and a new set of downs.
That was a diving catch.
We're under a minute to go here. Hurry up offense and a running play.
And 40 seconds to go in the second quarter.
3rd and final timeout for the Central York offense. Ball looks like it'll be set up on the 20-yard line with Central York knocking on the door.
And this would be real good for Central York if they can get the ball in before the end of the first half. That'd be a lot of momentum going into the locker room and coming out the locker room as well. But like I said, it'd be a really good stop for York High if they can stop them before they have an opportunity to go into that end zone.
14 points York High has been able to put up tonight. Not many teams have been able to do that all year, do. I mean,
not any teams around this area,
no.
And with some dynamic plays as well. Like I said, Sam Stoner going deep to Rasheen Lee. Another time going deep to Jaquez Sims, I believe it was.
Yep,
and it's a football field tonight. I mean, we got fans on both sides of the field, so it's a good field tonight. It's a District 3 championship.
Beau back in shotgun formation, lost the ball into the end zone, and a flag down on the play, but catch made by Parker Hines.
And that's the play they needed.
And a 15-yard touchdown reception.
I think
just like that. Now, there is a flag down. I'm curious to see what the call is.
I think it's a pass interference that they're going to decline and take that touchdown from number 20, Parker Hines.
And it appears to be the call there, dude, with 35 seconds to go. Cole looking ball out for the point after attempt.
And Beau Pribula did a great job threading the needle and getting the ball to Parker Hines for that touchdown. About a 24-yard strike.
And it looks like a flag is called. There may have been some movement along the line there, dude, by York High. Yeah, look. Offsides. And offsides against York High. Bearcats inch him a little closer there for the point after attempt. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it's good by Cole Luckenball. And your score, Central York 28, York High 14 with 35 seconds to go, due in this District 3 6A finals matchup. And this Central offense cannot be held down for too long because they're on fire tonight, scoring 28 points in the first half.
No doubt, both teams are packing a good punch. Like I said, York High's come out here in a hostile environment, put up 14 points, and stay close in the first half. And they have an opportunity to do something with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter. As I said before, got to give York High a lot of credit for all the execution they had on the offense and mixing the plays up and doing some misreads.
looks like with the penalty from the point after attempt, they're going to take it here on the kickoff. The ball's going to be set up at midfield, too. Cool looking ball. End over end kick. And a touchback.
And Cole Luckenbaugh has done a great job of kicking the ball. I mean, every game we've been to so far, I mean, he puts his whole foot into it, and, you know, he's a very solid kicker. And they're going to need that if they eventually go up to states and, you know, don't always get that touchdown where they get like 12 or 15 yards out. They can kick that field goal and get them points on the board.
Now, as my understanding, with the winner of this game would play the winner at the state level of Delaware Valley and Altoona. Would be an interesting matchup when you get to the states.
Two big teams.
Two big teams, yeah. So the winner of this game, of course, will punch their way to the state playoff round.
It's going to be some traveling to go up there.
Yeah. And a give by a running play by Jaheim White. And it looks like Coach Russ Stoner is going to call his third and final timeout with 26 seconds to go.
That was a nice tackle for number 2, Cole Luckenbaugh, who we just mentioned earlier, also the kicker.
Remember that at Central York High School, athletic visitors are selling cold drinks outside the concession stand. All the proceeds benefit Central athletes here at Central York High School.
Here, the Central York faithful here selling cold drinks, as it was made an announcement over the MC here. I don't know if you need a cold drink or a warm drink tonight here, standing outside here, It's gotten a little chilly here, and maybe in the form of some hot chocolate or coffee tonight for the fans in attendance here. And we're back to action here. All set up at the 20-yard line. Give to Jaheim White, looking for running room. And brought down hard. Cool looking ball in on the tackle there.
And that was a tackle by committee for Central York. With 19 seconds to go in the second quarter.
We've seen sparingly tonight Beau Pribula back in the safety position for Central York. Remember last week he was in quite often against the Central Dauphin Rams.
And I've said before, Todd, York had a lot of success throwing the ball down the field and testing Central York secondary. I haven't seen them do that too much often in the second quarter. I wonder if they're going to go back to that in the second half.
A running play by Jaheim White right up the middle. Out to about the 35-yard line.
And Jaheim White's down a little bit. He's a little gimpy getting up. Man, he hits the hole like a bullet.
No doubt about it. Big-time run there. And it's a first down, but it appears as if York High is going to let the clock run out here. We're under 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, they're going to let the clock run out.
That may have been the final play of before we head into halftime, And there you have it, sports fans. Your score at halftime, Central York 28, York High 14, as both teams are going to make their way back to the locker room. And a lot of points on the scoreboard tonight, in the first half.
Yeah, around 42 points on the scoreboard. Like I said, between two teams that score a lot of points per game. Central averaged around 50-some points. And then York High averaged around 40-some points. So it's been a lot of points so far put up on the board. It's going to be very interesting what happens in the second half, because even though this game is only a 2-touchdown game, it still seems like it's very close. It seems like it's closer than that to me.
It is, and your scoring plays, of course, for York High, Jaquez Simmons with a 34-yard touchdown catch, and also Rasheem Lee with a big-time 50-yard touchdown catch. Two scoring plays for York High on the Central side. There's plenty of scoring there. 4 touchdown scores, a 15-yard touchdown catch by Parker Hines, a 25-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Sturgis.
Just want to add, Isaiah Sturgis' father is also one of our sponsors tonight. So, big shout out to the Sturgis family. I know they're happy seeing their son run for that 25-yard scamper.
And also, to open things up tonight, Beau Pribula to Judah Toom, a 75-yard touchdown reception. And I would be remiss in not mentioning Beau Pribula's 10-yard touchdown run for the 4 scores for Central York. A lot of touchdowns scored, and it should be an interesting second half, too, here at Central.
And for the people that didn't actually watch the game, didn't see the first play of the game, the first play of the game was a 75-yard bomb to Judah Tome. So, the game started off with a lot of explosion, and it's been that way so far in the first half.
Everything we expected here tonight in the District 3 6A matchup, and we thank you, the fans, for tuning in. We thank also the sponsors that have been here with us all year long, and a lot of sponsors for tonight's game here.
Yeah, they were excited about, the York County teams getting this far and being a part of our program. So, we really appreciate the sponsors. They are a huge part of what we do. They help us offset some of our costs and help us keep going and things like that. So it's a huge, benefit that they're a part of this program.
They're part of it, and we'll run down some of them here. Prestige Motor Cars of York, Basil Insurance, S3 Performance Training, Toyota of York, the York Adult Flag Football League, Parma's Pizza and Grill. 2 locations, one in York and Dallastown.
And we also got Kevin, the Positivity Guru, Jackson. He's out here sponsoring York. He actually sponsored a York game, I think, a year ago as well. So he's always down to help us out whenever we need. York High needs some sponsorship. And also Frick's Hardware of John Bernstein and Sherry Bernstein. His mother-in-law, Joe Frick. They're also the owners of Frick's Hardware. You can locate them at 616 Union Street, Columbia, PA, 17512. Phone number 717-684-7886. Also, Joe Bernstein, his son also used to play for York High. Seth Bernstein and Trey Bernstein, so they're still around. I see him down there on the field hanging out with some people, so, shout out to them as well. Kim Ziegler, also a settlement officer at Home Sale Settlement Services, located at 2525 Easton Boulevard, York, PA. You can email her at kziegler@homesale.com, providing service for over 42 years and giving you a peace of mind. And giving you a peace of mind is one of your largest investments.
And Maya's Movers as well, another sponsor of Sports Shooting Stars. And Angelo's Pizza and Subs from Manchester, Pennsylvania.
And can't forget the sisters, the Mitchell sisters, as I call them, Ruth Fletcher, Martha Mitchell, and also Genevieve Barr. They're also representing tonight, and their logos are up on the screen, and they all have their different, entrepreneurships and different business that they're
niches,
doing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. Also, Hill Street Auto with our friend David Williams. He's also representing here tonight with us.
A piano mover as well, David Williams. So a plethora of sponsors here in tonight's broadcast, and we appreciate them all because without them we wouldn't be here, dude.
Yeah, and this game actually has a blessing on it because this is the first time we had a sponsor by a church, which is United Lutheran Church of York, located at 408 West Market Street, 717-843-7897. Focused, inclusive, diverse church. You can submit your prayer request to www.unionlutheran.org, and that's ran by Pastor Joe Fuckermer.
No halftime entertainment tonight, I'm sure.
Well, I thought the band was going to do something.
Yeah, maybe they'll play post game. I'm not sure. I'm sure there'll be some celebrations on the field here with one of these teams, either York High or Central, post game, and maybe we'll make our way down on the field for the post game celebrations from one of the teams here.
That'll be a treat.
As I mentioned, one of these teams will punch their ticket to the state playoff round, where it will culminate at the sweetest place on earth in Hershey, Pennsylvania, at Hershey Park Stadium. I would imagine sometime later this month, I believe the playoffs, they want to wrap the state playoffs up by, I heard Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, because basketball season for high school is on the horizon as well. I think the first games start the first week of December. So, basketball practice and, getting in basketball shape is going to be really important for some of these two-way athletes that play both sports. So, the season's going real fast, Todd. Like I said, we'll be there on the basketball end as well.
Looking forward to see what our broadcast schedule will be for basketball. But first things first is District 3 6A football here between two of the best teams here in York County, going head-to-head, mano-to-mano here from Central York High School. With your score, Central York 28, York High 14. We have a whole second half of action. Looking forward to the second half, Duke.
And as you guys can see, we have about 9 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take a little water break and get ourselves together, get our stats all lined up. We'll do probably one more shot of our graphics of our sponsors tonight, and we'll be back in about 7 to 10 minutes.
You have it? I muted.
All right, you're familiar, you're good.
Is that Is that what it is?
That's because like last time we turned the mics off. No, that's what I'm thinking.
Sandwich bag, if you want to pull it out, you can eat it. It's all chocolate.
Across the counter area. You found one you like, you stood there, right? Found one of That's more important. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Besides that first rushing touchdown,
Already. Yes, from Whitehead.
that's
Tomorrow, birthday today. We're gonna make it happen. Huh? What's happening tomorrow that we don't got time for?
I was just joking.
No.
I told him they should have ran it. They should have ran it. And then on the third and fourth, and then they got the false start. They were going to pass it. They should have and they were going to pass it. They should have ran that. If they don't get it, take the field goal. That's not a two possession thing. Now our kicker, he kicked 35.
They did it? I think he got like 10 pounds of candy.
Oh, I don't believe my girls. I mean, they're like that.
Yeah, he got a big bag.
I just think they were
Yeah, I thought it was
generous. They really.
Yeah.
But I think if they kick that doesn't go to the two possession game because that makes the field position different. It makes the clock go on. Like, I'm not saying they wouldn't have scored. I'm saying that makes the clock is. Yeah, you get the ball.
It's hard for me.
What's the feedback? What do you get feedback on?
I didn't so far so good. It said that the score was a little like it was like a glare. It's so bright, so I gotta find that out. They just set up.
I said that this shit. It was 14.
We're back, sports fans. As you can see, the Central York Panthers have made their way back onto the field. The York High Bearcats are out on the field as well, and we are just seconds, or really minutes away from the start of the second half. It's been an interesting first half. The Central York Panthers with a 28-14 lead right now over the York High Bearcats, as Central York is out on the field, maybe for some warm-ups to stretch things out after being in the locker room and maybe getting warmed up a little bit, but they're back out in the field. We'll see in the second half if York High has what it takes to make a comeback here. They're down by 2 scores. Plenty of time. And a great turnout tonight for the district final here at Central York between the number 3rd ranked Central York Panthers and the number 4 ranked York High Bearcats. Of course, York High comes in with a winner by default as they were set to play Harrisburg. And of course, Harrisburg had a player test positive for COVID-19. And York High makes their way into the finals. Of course, last week, Sports Shooting Stars brought the game to you as we traveled to Central Dauphin, and this Central York Ball Club knocked out the Mid-Penn team, the 61st ranked team in the whole U.S., Central Dauphin, were last year's district champs. So Central York coming in with an impressive win last week and has a 2-touchdown lead right now with about a minute left here in halftime. till we get ready for the second half. And, of course, the winner of this game will punch their ticket to the state playoff round. And it's my understanding, potentially the winner of this game would play the winner of Altoona and Delaware Valley at a site to be determined and date to be determined. And we'll keep you updated on our Facebook page. We thank the fans for tuning in, and you can follow us on Instagram or on Facebook. Sports Shooting Stars with my broadcast partner, Dew Jones, camera operator, Belinda Morales, and, of course, our sponsors and fans. We thank you for tuning in tonight on a chilly night here at Central York High School. But it's football weather. It's dry, no precipitation. We're just seconds away from the kickoff of the second half here.
Yeah, Todd, and like we always say about these type of games, it's all about the second half adjustments, and you just wonder what kind of second half adjustments that Coach Stoner is going to come out with, and also with Coach Y, Coach Yantich for Central York. It's going to be really important to see how they come out after that, first half where they was just throwing blows at each other back and forth.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, as you mentioned, what Coach Russ Stoner and the offensive coordinator Matt Baker have in store for the Central York Ball Club. Only down by 2 scores. Plenty of time here, a whole second half to, and they're going to get set to receive the ball here, York High.
And that's real good for York High right now. I mean, it's a whole new half. I mean, you can look at the score being 0-0 at this point, even though it's not. But you get the ball in the second half, and you just got to pound out these 2 quarters and play your best football of the season if you want to win the District 3 championship. I want to tell everybody thank you for tuning in to the District 3 championship with Sports Shooting Stars. This is York High and Central York, they went against each other in the county championship the last 2 years, and we filmed that one too.
Last 2 years, and a scramble for the ball here. And heading backwards there, York High. And brought down, would appear inside the 10-yard line, Dew.
Normally, you don't want to take the ball and go backwards, and that's what Marcellus, number 35, did. But he's one of those type of players where he can actually crisscross the field and still make something happen.
And
so I understand why he did it, but, I know the coach probably didn't want to see that. But, he's one of those big-time players that can make nothing out of something.
And, of course, that sets up York High. They'll be on their own 12-yard line here with 11:52 to go here in the third quarter, the start of the second half. Settle in with your bottled water and popcorn, or maybe, in tonight's case, maybe some hot chocolate or coffee here.
And we have 24 minutes, Todd, until we figure out who is going to be the District 3 champion.
Yeah, and who will punch their ticket
into the states.
And they give to Jaheim White, running back, and not much going there on that play.
And that's a big-time tackle from number 13, Kyle Fontes, for Central York. The 6'5". What, is he 6'4"? What is he listed at? I think it was 6.
They list him at 6'4", 220. He's a senior, plays tight end on offense, defensive end for Central, and also a Bucknell University commit, and one of the Division I players here for Central York.
Yeah, real smart guy. He's been playing for Central York for the last couple of years, maybe for like the last five years that I can recall.
Ball on the 11-yard line. It was a one-yard loss there. And a timeout looks like it's being called by Coach Russ Stoner with not just 11:19 to go here in the start of the third quarter. And lead York High with 2. That's a very early timeout.
Yeah, that's a very early timeout within the first minute of the second half. It makes you wonder, what did he see or what he wanted to talk about where, couldn't wait a little longer.
And in a game like this, sometimes when you're down by 2 scores, there's a possibility you may look back and need those timeouts. And your score tonight, Central York 28, York High 14. We're out again here amongst the fans here tonight in back-to-back weeks here with...
You gotta tell them it's 28-28. So they pay for it.
And we're back to action here. Sam Stoner back in shotgun formation, rolling to his left, looking to throw the ball deep downfield, and incomplete. An incomplete pass there, Dew. Looks like that was intended for number 14, Rasheem Lee, on that play.
And Rasheem Lee and Sam Stoner hooked up earlier in the first half for that big-time touchdown, so they didn't get a chance to hook up on that possession right there.
3rd down and 11. Ball at the 11-yard line here of York High. They're pinned back here. Let's see what they can dial up here on this 3rd down 11 play.
3rd and 11 with 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go. And York High's backed up. And it's a fumble snap.
And a scramble for the ball.
And that's another big-time hit from Kyle Fontes, number 13.
Fontes making his presence felt on the defensive side of the ball tonight for Central.
Playing that defensive end position, and he's getting off the line very fast. Don't know what the play was called.
A false start called on the Bearcats. That's going to move them back 5 yards. Now the ball will be on the 6-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 16, dude.
It's all bad for York High on this possession because that was almost a fumble snap, and the quarterback, Sam Stoner, took a big hit for number 13, Kyle Fontes. And there was a penalty with a false start. Look for a deep ball.
They're content with a running play, and they give to Jaheim White, looking to break free there and down. And plenty of running room. And he close to the 1st down there, dude. If he hasn't made that, we're going to see where
that's a big-time play from Jaheim White.
That gives him a 14-yard gain.
And it's 4th and 1.
And York High Bearcat offense on the field there with under 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Now, we want to key on York High has the ball at their own 21-yard line.
And a flag down.
Don't know what the play. I don't know what the call is yet, Todd.
Sideline warning. A sideline warning given to Central York.
That's a big-time play here, 4th and 1. And they give it to their featured back. Number 4, Jaheim White.
Picks up the 1st down.
And you just got to imagine the scouts that's watching this game tonight too, Todd. I mean, they're going to get a chance to see number 4, Jaheim White, and know that he's only a sophomore for York High. He's going to be carrying a heavy load for that team for the next couple years.
No doubt about it. And on this stage in the finals of the District 3 6A matchup, and you see who checks in here for Central back in the defensive backfield, Beau Pribula.
Taking out number 19, Victor Pena.
And a new set of downs here for York High. Gives them some breathing room now. The ball on the 23-yard line of the Bearcats. And they give to Jaheim White up the middle. And tackled by Beau Pribula.
And there's been a heavy doses of Jaheim White tonight. And you almost got to expect that in these big-time games like this.
Well, he comes in with over 1,200 yards rushing due. And hits the century mark, I'm sure, in this game.
And don't forget, York High has a group of different running backs that they can throw out there. They also have Kelvin Matthews. I haven't seen Kelvin Matthews out there tonight. I wonder why. And also Marcellus John, number 35. So, these guys can get the ball and, do a lot of things for York High in the backfield. Haven't seen them that much tonight.
And a 1st and 20. It looks like a flag was called on the previous play. And that'll ball be set up at the 12-yard line of York High. Not exactly the way that you want to start the second half here against this Central York ball club.
Especially after that big-time run from Jaheim White.
Sam Stoner looking to throw the ball deep downfield and has his intended receiver and just overthrew.
And he was covered by number 26, Jamar Simpson.
It was Janaz Sims there, the intended receiver. And X marks the spot, was covering just Janaz Sims. Janaz Sims, a junior for York High. And on coverage here was Jamar Simpson.
2nd and 20.
In and out of the hands.
And that's a big-time hit
And a big-time
for number
hit.
26, Jamar Simpson.
And it was pass intended to Aaron Johnson, but a flag on that play.
There was a flag on that play for the excessive stare down after the hit from Jamar Simpson. Real clean hit, but the stare down is what got him the flag.
That was a personal foul on the Central York Panthers.
And for Jamar Simpson, number 26, to only be 5'8", he lays a big boom out there. His dad was also a football player for York High, Ronald Simpson. I don't know if he's tuning in tonight, but his dad was also a big-time hitter. So it's really good to see him out there playing and playing just like his dad. Kirk, as we call him as well. And that's not an automatic first. That's just a 5-yard penalty. 2nd and 7.
In and out of the hands. You mentioned Simpson again. They're on coverage. Jaheim White.
And we mentioned Simpson in the last 3 plays because he's been involved in the last 3 plays.
Simpson.
He had a great opportunity right there to have an interception.
Just in and out of the hands. Pass was intended for Jaheim White. It'll bring up a 4th down and 7 here. And it looks like the Bearcat offense will stay on the field. The ball on their own 28-yard line. Now, if they fail to convert here, the Central York will pick the ball up right there on the 28.
Well, I believe number 4, Jaheim White, is back there to punt.
Okay, yep. It looks.
He is back there to punt. Unless it's a fake.
A high snap. And
It's
it
a
is
fake.
a fake. And stopped short of the first down due.
And that was a risky call right there. I mean, you like to gamble and you like to play, but sometimes, things are a little bit risky. And, that's a 50-50 chance that you can make that play happen. But you had the ball in the right guy's hand, which is Jaheim White.
Playmaker.
But that gives Central York a great field position.
Yeah,
and only 35 yards to go out.
And it brings out Central York for the first time this second half. And flag down. A false start against the Central York Panthers. That'll move them back 5 yards. Beau back in shotgun formation, and it looks like there's a flag down. There may have been some movement along the line there.
I think that may have been on number 1 for York High, Tyrell Witt.
Yes. Offsides bring up now a 1st and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line of York High. And a running play by Central York. Isaiah Sturgis on the carry. A 9-yard pickup due. With under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Central York is threatening up by 2 scores here in the District 3 6A finals from Central York. And a flag down.
Also want to tell the fans that's watching online, the fans that's watching on Comcast Cable Channel 18, that feed just went down. There was a tape delay, and we're trying to make things happen, and because it was a tape delay, we couldn't have it keep running, so it crashed. But that game will be back on tonight the game will be back on tomorrow at 3 o'clock. But the online feed is still live and upgoing, and everything's going fine.
Beau looking to throw the ball downfield in the end zone and caught to number 20, Parker Hines, and his second touchdown of the game. And Parker Hines' second touchdown due of this game. And that takes the score up here with the point pending. And up and good, 35 Central. York High 14 with 8:35 to go here in the third quarter.
8:35 left to play in the third quarter. Panther 35.
And it's been stellar play so far from Beau Pribula. He's been doing what he's been doing last week against Central Dauphin, and he's rolling, and he's hitting his stride at the right time. And he's guiding his team into the District 3 championship, and also, if they win this, into the states.
Into the states. The winner of this game will punch her way to states.
We also want to remind you to maintain social distancing while you're here tonight.
Going to take a quick break to take a quick look at some of our graphics of our sponsors tonight.
You continue to
As we're coming to you live tonight, at least our online show.
Yeah, we try to run the live feed from the Comcast station at on a 30-minute delay, but the technology kept crashing, so we'll have the game back on shortly.
And York High, a nice run up the middle there.
And as we mentioned, that's Marcellus John. He's a hard runner, number 35 for Central York. I'm sorry, for York High.
York High, yeah, and nice field position here for York High with 8:26 to go in the third quarter.
And we said earlier, Todd, halftime adjustments. What does Stoner see that he wants to adjust in the second half to get his team back into it? They did a great job in the first half mixing it up, running some misreads, and, Sam Stoner hitting his guys for some deep balls. We haven't seen that so far in the second half, but it's still early on.
Yeah, still plenty of time. They're down by 3 scores. Sam with the completed pass. Jonas Sims down the right sideline.
And that's a big-time 30-yard pickup.
Big-time play by York High.
And that's one of their favorite plays, that bubble screen to Jonas Sims, number 21 for York High. Expect to see more bubble screens because that's something that York High likes to do, and it's very effective for him.
ball on the 39-yard line.
Over 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Back to action. And not much doing there. They give to Kirk Oliver, senior. Running back, not much doing.
And that's the first time we've seen Kirk Oliver this game get the ball number 7. Usually they have number 4, Jaheim White, back there.
Yeah, used to calling his name quite often. But a loss of 4 on that play brings up a 2nd down and 14 ball on the 43-yard line of Central. How important is this for York High to punch it in on this series, Dew?
Oh, it's very important for York High to get a touchdown.
And Janah Smith with a big-time catch down the right sideline. We're being told, Dew, that number 7 for York High now, Jaheim White, wearing jersey number 7.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I know his jersey number 28 got ripped that game.
And maybe his jersey 4 got ripped now.
Maybe so.
Big first down there for York High. Ball set up on the 20-yard line. They're threatening. And they give to Jaheim White on the outside. And a big-time carry.
And just like that, York High's doing a great job moving the ball down the field. They're in scoring range with the ball at the 11-yard line.
Knocking on the door here with under 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And a running play. And a first down there, Dew.
By Jaheim White, number 7 now for York High.
We're getting mixed signals here tonight on
Yeah,
our
we don't know if
broadcast
number
tonight.
7
Number
is
7 is Kirk Oliver, or some have told us that it's now Jaheim White. So
because you haven't seen
Trying to get
Jaheim at all in this series.
and complete to number 22. That's Aaron Johnson.
22 on the catch for the Bearcats.
Ball looks like it'll be set up at the 5-yard line. With under 6 minutes here in the third quarter of the District 3 6A. Finals here at Central York High School. York High looking to score here. And not much doing. It's stacked up there at the line of scrimmage.
And number 3, Keelan Stroman, comes out with the ball for Central York, but they called the play down already.
Down.
No gain on the play.
Bring up a third down.
3rd and 5 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Central York leading 35-14 over the York High Bearcats. But the York High is knocking on the door.
And a passing play out of the end zone and a flag down.
Southern pass is incomplete. However, there's a flag on the play.
We're going to find out here, what the penalty is. We're awaiting the call here. It's a third down play with 4:53 to go.
You almost got to imagine you're going to get the ball
And
to
it's a
number
new
7
set of downs. Yep.
and let him get that 1-2 yards for the
Ball on
touchdown.
the 2-yard line. Quick pitch out. And a touchdown. We were waiting to call. It's a
Wow.
touchdown by the Bearcats.
And that's a hard run from Jaheim White. Or number 7, whoever that guy is tonight. We got to get some confirmation.
Number 7 for Oliver and for the Bearcats touchdown.
Well, we're being told that was number 7, Kirk Oliver, with the touchdown. And the point after is up and good, and that gives the score. Central York 35, York High 21.
And
They're
I just got some confirmation from some of the fans that number 7 is Jaheim White. That's the 3rd time you got to change his jersey. He's one of those type of hard runners where his jersey probably always gets ripped or torn to some degree. And just to add, York High is no pushover. They came in a hostile environment with Central York with all the hype around them and them beating that big game and came in here and put up a big-time fight. And they're still right in the game.
No doubt, with 4:45 to go. And that may be recovered by York High. It bounced off a Central York. And just like that, talk about a momentum swing.
Absolutely, and that's what you need in games like this. This is a prime district championship game where anything can happen and things like that can put a team right back in it.
Yeah, the kicker, Brian Rivera, the ball bounced off the Central special teams player, and
bounced off number 10, Carter Glassmeyer, and he wasn't expecting that. Hit him right in the torso.
And it bounced right back into the hands of York High. And just like that, this York High Bearcats offense is back on the field with 4:39 to go, Dew.
And that was a nice play again. I don't know if that play was designed to have a kick like that as far as like hitting one of the front men. But that, again, York High's bringing all the tricks out to stay competitive in this game against Central York.
Sam Stoner looking to throw it deep downfield and in and out of the hands of number 7, Jaheim White.
And that's that wheel route that Jaheim White ran before, and he was very successful on. That time he was guarded by number 10, Carter Glassmeyer, the linebacker. So he had to follow Jaheim White the whole way down the field. That's very hard to do.
A lot of speed, yes, no doubt, exhibited by Jaheim White.
I tell you what, this game does not lack creativity. There has been a little bit of everything going on, and some star players making some big plays.
We're back to action. Sam Stoner under pressure and just had to unload that one, Dew.
And you can see there, number 13, Kyle Fontes. He's giving Sam Stoner a lot of fits this game and getting it in his face almost every time. Every time he drops back in shotgun.
Number 21. And that's Sam. Incomplete.
A 3rd down and 10, ball on the 46-yard line of the Bearcats. Sam Stoner looking to throw the ball in and out of the hands and almost picked off by number 4, Judah Toom. And I'll bring up a 4th down with 4:25 to go here, Dew.
And one of our sponsors from the YAFFL York Adult Flag Football League, John Uri, just tapped in on the inbox and said that kick was a design deflection. You got to aim for a deflection. So that kick was designed and it worked to perfection.
Worked to perfection for York High. And a 4th down now for York High. And it looks like they're going to keep their offense out here, Dew.
4th and 10 with 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Jaheim White in motion. And designed for the big guy, number 55.
And that may be a
Samir
face
DeShields.
mask. Face mask call.
Let's see.
Or a legal pick.
It may be a legal man downfield. We're going to wait the call here.
Looks like York High's defense is heading out on the field, Todd. I think it was a legal man down the field.
And yes, it looks as if it'll be a change of downs here. York High's defense comes out on the field here.
I want to remind the fans this game is dedicated to Coach Rodney Washington. Passed away earlier this year in 2020. A staple in the York City community. A lot of AU travel basketball. You know, a lot of kids from both sides of the field right here. So this game is dedicated to him.
Judah Toom in motion. And they give to Amir Manigault, and plenty of running room inside the 35 down to near the 30-yard line. A 9-yard pickup by Amir Manigault. And slow to get up. Not sure who that is, That
might be.
Training staff tends to injure Central York Panther.
Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and take a break real fast and Give a shout out to some of our sponsors.
And that looks as if it's running back Mir Manigault that's down and injured there on that play.
Hoping for a speedy recovery. Maybe, hopefully, it's just a cramp.
M&T Bank for sponsoring the District 3 Championship event. District 3 and M&T Bank team up.
I'd like to thank Pastor Joel Folkemer of United Lutheran Church of York, who's a sponsor, first-time sponsor for Sports Shooting Stars here, too. Located at 408 West Market Street in York, Pennsylvania. Also, Kib Ziegler, settlement officer at Home Sale Settlement Services at 2525 Eastern Boulevard in York, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, can't forget Kevin, the positivity guru Jackson. Positive Mojo, speaking, training, consulting, and any type of encouragement. You want to reach out to Kevin, the positivity guru Jackson. Look him up on Facebook and also Instagram.
And there he is, Mir Manigault walking off on his own accord with a training staff from Central. Looks like running back Raquel DeWet will enter for Central York do, with 4:03 to go here in the third quarter.
Also want to tell the fans, just keep an eye on the sponsors that's at the bottom of your screen, and also that, you know, their information, contact info is popping up. Beau Pribula in shotgun formation, waiting for his teammate to get off the field. Now the play is in play.
Give it to Raquel DeWet, looking for running room up the middle, and plenty of running room inside the 10, 15. Touchdown.
And he was running with a purpose.
Downhill runner on that play, and a big time, a 33-yard touchdown run, dude.
I mean, it really didn't take long. He was running so hard, he actually ran into the back of one of his blockers, bounced off to him, and just kept on going. I think he was untouched for about 27 yards.
Snaps it down, the kick is up and good by Cole Luckenball. And your score, Central York 42, York High 21 with 3:51 to go here in the third quarter of the District 3 6A Finals, where the winner of this game will punch their ticket to the state playoff round.
And most importantly, we'll finally have a District 3 championship from one of these teams from York County. So I think that's a really big thing for Central York and also York High, something to shoot for. And mind you, fan, it is only a 3-score touchdown game. There's still 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter, and you have a whole fourth quarter where anything can happen because York High did a great job of getting that deflection kick and getting the turnover. Expect more of those trick plays and more things like that for York High to stay in this game and to stay competitive. I don't personally think that York High is having any trouble moving the ball down the field. I think they're doing very well with moving the ball down the field, especially this Central York defense, who haven't given up more than 15 points all season long. And no points from it. I think only one touchdown from
In the
Dallastown.
season, yes, and gave up a total of 10 points in the regular season. Of course, last week gave up 15 at Central Dauphin, and tonight 21. But Central York's put 42 up on the board here with 3:51 to go as Cole Luckenball gets ready to kick the ball. A little bit of a squib kick to the upman. And a hard hit there, dude.
You can hear the hits from up top here. It's a little bit of extracurricular activity going on over there, Todd, after the play.
Yeah, I see that. Look.
I forgot to add, Todd, that I will be celebrating a birthday tomorrow. I'm getting old, man. I'm getting up there.
Well, happy early birthday to you, Du, here on our telecast tonight.
Well,
big reason for celebration tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, doing what I love to do on my birthday eve, I guess you can say.
Yes.
And, watching two great teams. Like I said, I'm from York High. My kids go to Central York, so, having both these teams play against each other has been a pleasure, especially in a game like this.
And a running back and a big-time hit there by Beau Pribula on Jaheim White. Not afraid to get in there on and tackle, is he? Beau Pribula, number 1. Woo.
I mean, if people can watch this game again and put this in slow motion, Jaheim White's so strong. But then again, Beau Pribula is a strong guy as well. I mean, it was strong on strong with that play right there.
Yeah, I heard earlier from one of his coaches he can squat 400 pounds, Beau Pribula. I mean, he's a strong kid, 6'3", 200 pounds. A junior for this Central York ball club. He'll be back next year, one more year here at Central York.
Yeah. He came in like a missile, and, you know, Jaheim White being so strong and having those almost like Barry Sanders type of thighs, Saquon Barkley type of thighs. He took the hit, but, man, that was a lot of contact with that hit right there.
And back to the running game there, Jaheim White tripped up. There's number 13 again, Kyle Fontes.
And this is one of the games that I say Kyle Fontes is probably having his best defensive performance because he's big time on the tight end
on the
side.
Offensive side. We're used to calling his name a lot on the offensive side, but tonight it's been the defensive side for Kyle Fontes.
He's been heckling.
Bucknell University commit.
He's been heckling the quarterback and the running backs all game long. Kyle Fontes is having a superb defensive game in his District 3 championship.
And just over 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 3rd down and 8. Sam Center back looking for a receiver in and out of the hands. Number 24, Kelvin. Or is that 21, 21, Janah Sims. We haven't heard from number 24, Kelvin Matthews, much in this game,
No, I haven't.
I
tried to scan the field to see if he's out there. He is out there with the team, but we haven't heard much of him.
Been quiet.
Don't know if what's going on with that right now, but Kelvin Matthews is one of those running backs for York High that can, put some yardage up, and he's a hard runner.
It's 4th down and 8 there. The ball on the 49-yard line. 4-down territory for York High.
Yeah,
with
York
2:10
High,
to go.
And York High doesn't want to get in desperate mode, and right now they're kicking the ball. They're going for it with a 4th and 8. If you don't make this 4th and 8, you give Central York a short field at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and another timeout called by the Bearcats. That'll leave them one timeout here remaining with 2:10 to go. They're going to think things over here on the 4th down call. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. Tonight. Toyota of York, York Adult Flag Football League, Parma's Pizza and Grill, Prestige Motor Cars of York, Basil Insurance, and S3 Performance Training.
And as I said before, we can't forget the Mitchell sisters, and that's Martha Mitchell with Keller Williams Realtor, and also Ruth Fletcher of Mitchell Family Chiropractic, and also Genevieve Barr, attorney at law at O'Donnell and Barr.
Thank you all to our sponsors tonight, and thank you, the fans, for tuning in tonight. We've had some technical difficulties on
the cable version.
On the cable channel 18, but we thank you for remaining on our online edition tonight.
Yep, but the game will be back on tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Sam Stoner looking to go for it all there, and in and out of the hands of Beau Pribula, who's playing safety.
That would have been an athletic catch, but Beau Pribula probably could have caught that ball, but it's almost a good idea that he didn't because now it gives Central York the ball back at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, about midfield. Pass looks like it was intended to number 3, Jaquez Simmons on that play. But it'll bring out the Central York offense here. Up by 3 scores, and coming in here averaging 56 points a game. They're at 42 right now with 2:05 to go. And not much going there on that running play, It was Isaiah Sturgis on the carry.
And as we mentioned before, Isaiah Sturgis' father is also one of our sponsors here. Sponsors here tonight. Appreciate Will Sturgis and the Sturgis family. Sponsored in the name of American Cancer Awareness.
Central York looks content to run the ball here, maybe take some time off the clock with a 3-score lead.
Yeah, Central's in no rush. Expect them just to try to pick up a 1st down and just run the ball.
Time clock down to 5. They give to Judah Toom, looking down to run down the right sideline.
And Judah Toom is so crafty with the ball.
Number 4, Judah Toom, gets the handoff.
My apologies due to tone.
And it'll bring up it looks like a 3rd down and 3 here. Ball on the 38-yard line of York High.
And just expect Central York just to grind the ball, get first downs, and just keep this ball going and, enjoy maybe a District 3 championship win.
And a running play and plenty of running room up right up the middle. Isaiah Sturgis down inside the 25-yard line.
And that's a big-time play for number 8, Isaiah Sturgis.
Getting his carries and getting some runs here tonight. Looking rather effective in the running game here tonight. Central York Panthers led by Isaiah Sturgis, who already has a 25-yard touchdown run, but there is a flag down on the play. And it appears as if that play is coming back here, too.
And just to speak a little bit about Isaiah Sturgis, he also can deadlift 435 pounds, power clean 255. He benches 275, and he can squat 425. And that's some footage
numbers.
his dad told me about not too long ago. So you expect him to be that big-time runner that he is.
Incomplete.
You wonder how he can get in those holes and make the extra yardage because he's just a strong guy.
Bring up a 4th down for Central, and it looks like Beau will stay out there as the punter for this Central York team.
And Central York is very content with letting their defense make a play. So, they're okay with punting the ball and letting their defense do something for them. And back there for York High is number 35, Marcellus John. Always dangerous anywhere he gets the ball in the field.
High punt, caught by Marcellus Johnson, in and out of the hands, recovers it, and brought down inside the 20-yard line, Dew.
Marcellus John gets the ball, handles the punt. Number 10, Carter Glassmeyer.
The ball will be set up at the 19-yard line with 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, Dew. Flag down on the play, Dew.
Flag on the play.
And you see they also have Beau Pribula still back there playing that safety position, even though they're up by 3 touchdowns right now.
Does that surprise you, Dew?
Well, I can see Beau finishing out this quarter. It's only 44 seconds left in this quarter, but, as far as 4th quarter play, I don't think that Beau maybe Beau may not be out there in the 4th quarter playing defense.
With this lead.
With the lead.
3-score lead.
Yep. But I can see him finishing out this quarter for sure.
And a shovel pass to number 3, Jaquez Simmons.
And that's a good tackle for number 9, Jack Smith.
A Sacred Heart. He was offered a scholarship to Sacred Heart in Connecticut. A linebacker, number 9.
Jack is also a part of the National Honor Society as well. Parents are Penn State grads, Lorraine and also Anderson Smith. Looks like York High is going to go ahead and let this go into the 4th quarter.
They're going to go in the 4th quarter. Down right now. Central York 42, York High 21. With 1 quarter to go here in the District 3 6A finals, where the winner will advance to the states, Dew.
And as you can see, as you can hear, Todd, the Central York band is starting to pipe up a little bit. I think they're starting to feel what could happen for this team and for this school in 2020 to be District 3 champions.
To be District 3 champs on their home turf here. Again, they have 1 quarter to go here to make it happen.
If you want to win in any type of fashion, you will want to do it on your home field And then before that, beating a nationally ranked team, even do it on your home field. So right now, it's a storybook win for Central York if they can close the deal. But we can't count out York High. Like I said, it's only a 3-touchdown lead, and we have seen stranger things happen.
We have, and it's 4 quarters of action here with one quarter remaining.
Also want to give a shout out to Hill Street Auto, located at 237 Hill Street, York, Pennsylvania, 17403. You can reach them online at www.hillauto.com or at 717-318-5804. That's owned by our good friend David Williams.
A completed pass down the right sideline.
Also, Professional Piano Movers, located at 1516 Brunk Lane, York, PA, 17403. Contact them at 844-462-8292. They're on Facebook and also on their website, professionalpianomovers.com.
That was Jaquiz Simmons on the reception there. A 1-yard pickup brings up a 3rd down and 9. Now the ball on the 21-yard line of York High. Trips formation for York High. Sam Stoner looking to throw the ball down the sideline for his intended receiver, number 3, Jaquiz Simmons. Incomplete. Will bring up a 4th down,
And real interesting, the things that were working for York High in the first half, it doesn't seem like they went back to it in the second half. You know, I know Central York did a great job of making some defensive adjustments during halftime, but there were some things that were going really well for York High in the first half, and didn't see much of that so far in the second half.
No, and right now a 3-score lead for Central York with 11:18 to go.
And there's no returner back there. They're just going to let the ball go.
And a flag down on this play, A false start. That's going to move them back 5 yards,
And right now, York High is starting to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit. Central has no one back there as a punt returner. They're going to let the ball go. And that's another short kick.
Short punt. And down just past rolls out at about the 37-yard line. It's going to set up excellent field position for Central York.
And for York High, you don't want the wheels to fall off. You know, you're still in the game. Like I said, you have 11 minutes to go. It's only a 3-touchdown game. But you feel the momentum is on Central York side, of course, but, York High still has to play aggressive, and still execute their plays and, believe in the game plan.
And it's really interesting to note here with the Central York Ball Club, this team's played now 4 quarters for back-to-back games here, which is something. And
it's Isaiah Sturgis again with the ball.
Right up the middle and power running. Interesting to note that this team, during the regular season, pulled out their starters by the 3rd quarter.
Yes, sir.
But Isaiah Sturgis with a big night running tonight for the Central York Ball Club,
And Isaiah Sturgis is getting his just due. Some games, like I said, because Central's so loaded in the backfield and also on the passing tip, that some games he doesn't get the ball as much. But he makes the best of his opportunities, and tonight he's really showing that he can be that featured back that can get those tough yards going down the middle.
Clearly, Central York is content with running the ball and running the clock with a 3-score lead here right now. Central York 42, York High 21, just under 10.5 minutes to go. And the Bearcat defense snuffed that one out,
And with Central already in field goal position, I think they'll run it out, keep running the ball until they get to the fourth down, and they're content with kicking that field goal. Giving Cole Luckenball some opportunities to, work out his foot and kicking some field goals, which could be very key and vital the further you go in states.
In the state run, where the winner of this game will punch your ticket to the states.
Want to see York High keep having that fight, go for your strips, go for your fumbles, and try to pop that ball out, make things happen until the end of the game.
In and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Judah Toom, which is unusual. You don't see him drop too many passes,
No, you don't. He's great with the handoff. Like I said, you don't see him drop too many passes at all. nice chippy.
It
Crisp
started
weather.
out, yes, as the game has progressed, it's gotten a little chillier out here at Central York High School. Almost fire pit weather, dude. How about it?
Yeah, it's nice. I know a lot of people are watching the game tonight. Like I said,
Home gating. We appreciate the support.
our cable version went down because we was on a tape delay, so you had to watch it online tonight. But the game will be back on tomorrow.
The keeper by Beau Pribula looking for some running room. And a fumble. The ball's out. And it appears to be picked up. Yes. Fumble recovered by number 3, Jaquez Simmons. And just what this Bearcat team needed, do a turnover.
And we spoke about that, keeping in the game and staying focused. And now they got a turnover, and they still have 9 minutes and 34 seconds.
To make something happen here.
But then again, Central York defense is stifling. They had did a great job all year long of keeping teams below 15 points. But York High has came out and got over 20. It has 21 points.
21.
But that defense from Central York is the real deal. And it's going to take a lot from York High to get down that field. They have about 80 yards to go.
With 9:34 to go here, it needs to be a quick strike offense, and they give to Jaquez Simmons, looking for some running room.
And it was tackled by committee from Central York.
Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line, do.
We want to thank our at-home producer, Cliff Kern. He's behind the scenes, making sure everything goes right. Thanks, Cliff, for having another great season, helping us out.
Pass incomplete.
And we've seen that a few times today from
Yeah,
Sam
the ball
Stoner.
skipped a little bit on the turf there.
Yeah, the ball kind of goes towards the lower end of the individual, but he's still a young guy. He's going to work on that. Like I said, he got his team this far, undefeated. It's a couple little things you need to work on, which you will do. Also want to thank Belinda Morales for being on the camera again tonight, coming straight from work. And, doing our camera work. This is like game 98, 99 for us. I know we're creeping on 100 very soon.
Consecutive game streak for her. How about it, dude?
Absolutely.
Oh, tip pass. Incomplete. That's got to bring up a 4th down. And this Central defense, stout on this series.
And they have to kick it. Even though lately their kicks haven't went that far, York High is forced to kick the ball in this situation. But big shout out to York High fans. There's still a lot of the fans still here tonight, holding down their team.
Allowed about 200 fans in here on the visiting side. And
like I said, with a COVID season like we had this year, it's just good to see any football out there. And these teams are the best of the best right now. That was a decent kick.
Much better punt there. And it's going to take a York High bounce inside the 50 down to about the 44, 43.
And that kick was from number 55, Samir DeShields.
Samir DeShields with the punt.
Their original kicker from early on in the season.
Bearcats down the punt.
8:29 to go. Your score, Central York 42, York High 21.
I believe John Turpak from S3 Performance Training, I think he's here tonight. His son, number 23, Jake Turpak, is also playing.
Gets the opportunity to wear his dad's jersey. His dad once played here for
number
Central
23.
York. Beau back in shotgun formation. And a quarterback keeper.
Design run.
And down the right sideline and was almost gone on that play. Pushed out hard by number 1, Tyrell Witt.
Real interesting how Beau hits the holes like that. Didn't seem like there was much room or real estate for him to do anything, and he made a way out of nowhere.
Out of nothing. How about it? And a 1st down.
Big 16-yard pickup.
Yeah. And new set of downs for Central York.
Also got to remind the fans, we're doing a game tonight, but, in less than a month time, we'll be doing basketball games.
That basketball schedule. Look for the schedule to be released at some point on Facebook and Instagram through our Sports Shooting Stars Facebook page. The give to Isaiah Sturgis.
That was a nice tackle for number 13, Terrence Price.
First time we called his name tonight.
Real nice tackle for York High, number 13, Terrence Price.
Second down and 9. Beau, a quarterback keeper, runs to his left. Down near the 40-yard line for Central York.
Nice run from Beau Pribula.
It'll be a third down.
With 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. And again, Todd, you know, don't want to see Beau running the ball too much in that fourth quarter with a lead like this. You know, I want to preserve him for the big time state games that's going to happen next for him. So, but I know Coach knows what he's doing, and you know, Beau's a hard hitter as well, so he knows how to protect himself out there.
Third down and 6. Ball on the 41-yard line of York High. Beau looking to throw the ball downfield and complete to his tight end, Kyle Fontes. And it looks like it'll be short of the first down. Bring up a fourth down.
That was a hard hit, but that's also a great catch from Kyle Fontes. Only a 1 yard gain on that catch.
Yeah, right now, what do you do if you're Central York with fourth down and 5, ball on the 40-yard line?
Well, you like to stay aggressive. You like to stay aggressive, and you don't want to give York High an opportunity to score again, even for a morale victory type of score. So you want to stay aggressive. So it's just going to be real interesting what they do. I've seen Coach go for it up at Central Dauphin. What they went for was like a 4th and 6, and they went for it. So, you know,
and it looks like it'll be a timeout, the first timeout by Central York as they took some time off the clock. We're 6 minutes to go here, where the winner advances to the state playoffs here. Which team will it be, York High or Central York?
Or more importantly, the winner wins the District 3 championship right here in York County, which has never been done in the past.
A great accomplishment here by it'll be one of these teams.
And got to give a lot of credit to York High as well. I mean, they took a hard punch. Like I said, the very first play was a 75-yard bomb to Judah Tome. And, you know, York High came back and scored and, you know, stayed competitive in the game. They have scored more points than any other team so far this year against Central York. So, you know, York High is still in this game with 6 minutes to go. It's a 3-touchdown lead, but, you know, things can still happen. And it looks like Central York is going to go for it on 4th and 5. Interesting play call here. Looks like Beau Pribula is doing a hard count to see if they can jump off sides.
And complete to Parker Hines. A first down and more for number 20, Parker Hines.
And that's a good tackle from York High, number 1, Tyrell Witt.
Parker has 2 touchdown receptions here for the Central York Panthers. And a new set of downs. How important does that do now with under 6 minutes to go here and a 3-score lead?
Well, as you know, the writing is on the wall at this point in time. Having that first down gives Central York pretty much to go in cruise control until the end of the game.
One timeout remains for York High.
Big shout out to York High faithfuls that stand here in the crowd and stand with their team. I'm pretty sure they're going to cheer the team on when this game hits 0-0-0.
They give to Isaiah Sturgis, looking for running room. And a nice first down run there by Isaiah Sturgis.
And unofficially, Isaiah Sturgis has to have over 65 yards or so in the game so far.
Pushing that century mark for Isaiah Sturgis.
Normally you see Amir Manigault get a lot of touches, but I think he got injured sometime in the third quarter or maybe late second quarter, and we haven't seen much of him. But Isaiah Sturgis, like I said, he's a senior running back. It doesn't take him much to pick up the slack and do what he needs to do. And also Raquel DeWitt, number 17.
Isaiah Sturgis has one touchdown run, looking for more here as he tries to find running room down that left sideline.
Number 8, Sturgis again with the ball.
Ball be set up at the 9-yard line. First down and goal for the Central York Panther team.
That'll be first and goal for the Panthers.
And Central York is right hitting their mark. They usually average around 50-some points a game, and with another score, that'll take them up to 49 points.
And a running play here.
And he's
The
still
wheels
going.
keep turning there.
And that's Isaiah Sturgis. Another run
Isaiah Sturgis.
to pick up some
Another-
hard yards.
A 4-yard pickup. And the clock continues to tick here for York High.
And this is a good thing also for Central York. Gives their guys opportunity to rest a little bit before each plays. And like I said, Central York, I know they're probably tired as well. I'm sorry, York High is probably tired as well on that defensive end. And they held up a good wall tonight. Like I said, in my opinion, the score is a lot closer than what it looks.
A timeout called by Central York. With 3:35 to go, Central York 42, York High 21. A 3-score lead. District championship held here at Central York. It's just great to see 2 York teams going at it here, slugging it out here on a Friday night under the lights.
Yeah, it's a historical night for York County right now to have 2 of their high school teams in the District 3 championship. A lot of eyes are on this game tonight. There's other media out here filming and watching this game. So, I know, we're making York County proud right now. Like I said, we just have the fortunate opportunity to film this game tonight. So, very, very happy of that.
Thank the sponsors. Thank you, the fans, for tuning in. It's been very enjoyable broadcasting football and basketball games the past several years and seeing the product expand here, too.
Absolutely.
It really is. With the amount of views that we get on social media and sponsorships, it's
and the popularity.
It's been great. And then
there
give
it
to
is.
Raquel DeWitt. He could walk in from there to a 5-yard touchdown run by Raquel DeWitt, and that should seal the deal for this Central York Ball Club deal with that
Absolutely.
score.
That game there is, there's blood in the water at this point in time, and that game that play right there is probably the icing on the cake. But like I said, York High can also, benefit and do what they can in this 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
2 touchdown scores for Raquel DeWitt tonight. Isaiah Sturgis with 1. It's been a well-rounded team here. And a fake. Incomplete there for a possible 2-point conversion. Your score, Central York 48, York High 21. And some of the York High faithful starting to maybe hit the exits here, after that score. And I can sense the Central York fan base is sensing victory and that taste of the gold medal here tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be a big
awarded.
thing. That's going to be a big thing for the Central Ball Club. Like I said, there's high expectations for that 2021 class on the football side and also on the basketball side. So, there's a lot of high expectations for Central York this year. And right now, the football team is hitting their mark and going to probably, most likely, bring home the District 3 championship. And as I said before, York High is not a slouch. They came out very good play calling in the first half. Did a great job of, keeping their kids focused in the game. And, they still had 3 minutes and 30 seconds. They didn't make too many mistakes this game. I just think that, Central York had too much firepower. It's not so much what York High did wrong. I just think Central York had too much firepower. And that was on display tonight.
And Central York will be a rather formidable team on the state level here. I mean, they're not going to be an easy out by no means, the Central York Panther Ball Club.
And even Coach Stoner, he has so many players on that York High side that he can interchange, put them in different positions, and he has a lot of talent. And Jaheim White, number 7 tonight, started off. I think he was number 4. He started off at number 4. He's something to watch. Like I said, may have not had his best game, but he had a really solid game, and he kept York High somewhat in the game in the first half.
And keep an eye on the sophomore quarterback Sam Stoner for York High. He'll be around for a couple more years too. So it's
looks like that's another false start against York High.
It's going to move him back 5 yards here. A first down and 15.
And for people that's watching that's not familiar with York High and Central York, this is a rivalry. This is a team, they go against each other every year, and this is a game that everybody wants to see. So, I hope, they put on a good show for everyone tuning in tonight.
Two of the best that York County has to offer are on display tonight. York High, Central York. A second down coming up for York High with just over 3 minutes to go here in the finals of the District 3 6A here at Central York High School. With your score, Central York 48, York High 21.
And it's a sweet deal for the Central York team. For have so many seniors that they have on their team, and they get a district championship is a nice deal.
Oh, and hit hard, Sam Stoner.
And that's a loose ball.
Kyle Fontes in on that hard hit.
And Kyle Fontes is usually a finesse player, but he's been a monster this game on that defensive end, number 13 for Central York.
The clock continues to tick here at Central York. It'll be a third down.
And some of the York High faithfuls are still here to support their team.
In the waning minutes here, the fourth quarter, third down and forever here for York High.
Also, want to give a shout out to York High. Like I said, they're in these type of games every year, and they do well. So
third and 23. Sam Stoner looking for the passing catch there by number 14, Rasheem Lee.
And that was a good wrap-up from number 26, Jamar Simpson, a.k.a. X, for Central York. It is now 4th and 19. Ball on the 30-yard line. And Samir DeShields is back there to kick for York High.
Back to punt.
With the dangerous Judah. Oh, no, that's Raquel DeWitt, I believe, back there for Central York.
Samir DeShields with a nice punt for York High. That was Judah Toom
back
there.
Was
and it
Judah.
Takes a York High bounce inside the 30-yard line. You have to wonder, seeing Samir DeShields punt, where was he earlier in this game? He could have came in handy.
He started off this year as their punter and their kicker, and then some things happened where they were interchanging some other guys and things like that. But he's back in his rightful place, and he's doing a great job kicking the ball tonight.
No doubt about it, and I can see some of that and hear some of that Central York fan base sensing that smell of victory, if you will, here at Central York with 1:02 to go.
And for me, Todd, personally, I just love the fact that, the District 3 championship is in York County. And, it's just a ribbon on the hat that, my son happens to play for one of the teams that won tonight, Central York. But, I just really appreciate the fact that the District 3 championship has to go through York County next year.
And yes, and it's here, and quite an accomplishment by both teams. But, of course, Central York looks as if they will prevail. The score 48 Central, York High 21, and victory formation here for the Central York Panthers.
And for people that's watching Central York Panthers, I think this is the second game in a row where I don't think they had any turnovers. Am I mistaken?
They had to turn Beau Pribula, remember, turned one over.
Oh, Beau.
Okay,
he turned one over. But one turnover in 2 games. They're playing some outstanding football right now. So, that's what you want to have going into the States. But right now, tonight, it's all about the District 3 championship. A lot of credit goes to the Central York School District, the Central York football team, putting together some, good group of kids. And, got them the opportunity to win the district championship and taking out a powerhouse team, Central Dauphin, and also York High.
And York High, who came into this game undefeated. Both teams undefeated. Of course, Central York will move to 8-0, and they are your District 3 6A champions. Congratulations to the Central York Panthers for getting the big W tonight here on their home turf.
And that'll do it for the District 3 championship.
As the players are coming to near midfield to exchange pleasantries here, and
that's the game that everybody wanted to see, York High versus Central York, and they had a chance to play against each other for all the marbles for the district championship, and they won it, and they did it deservedly. You know, they did a great job, and, you know, it's great to see Central York come out with this win, and they stay undefeated. York High can keep their head up high. They had a great season.
yeah. And Central York will move to 8-0, and they've punched their ticket to the States, and it'll be interesting and very interesting to follow this Central York Ball Club deal.
Yeah, November football, man. I mean, it's something different, and you can see it here tonight. I know the kids are a little bit upset for the York High side, but, you know, they play well. Like I said, they have a lot of talent, and, you know, they will be back again. So, you know, and they have a lot of support. I mean, there's always new talent coming up, and, you know, these kids will be back. You see the guys right now talking to each other. For people that don't know, Central York and York High is only about, 5 miles away from each other. So
yeah, not far at all, and a big rivalry, really the class of Division I YAIAA right here on the field between York High and Central York. And maybe we'll make our way down on the field, dude. Wouldn't that be interesting, maybe, to try to get some interviews with some of the players from Central York, if they would so far oblige to participate?
We'll try to get what we can get from this angle. I know sometimes with our mic and our feed, sometimes when you go too far over, it gets a little staticky. But I see the media already has some of the players grabbed up and talking to them right now. But like I said, it's been a great ride to see Central York, you know, win on their home field and get the District 3 championship. I mean, that's something that these kids can have for the rest of their lives. When they walk into the gym or they go into the plaques and the booths and they look in there.
Yeah, they'll always have that as being known as a District 3 champ here, the Central York Panthers. Of course, tonight, a lot of scoring. I mean, we look at Parker Hines, 2 touchdown receptions. Raquel DeWett with 2 touchdown runs. Isaiah Sturgis with a 25-yard touchdown run. Judah Toom to open things up with that big 75-yard touchdown reception. And would be remiss in not mentioning Beau Pribula with a 10-yard touchdown run. And all in a big victory here for the Central York Panthers on their home field tonight. Again, the final score, Central York 48, York High 21.
And it looks like, Todd, they'll probably be getting their medals tonight.
That's what I had heard. They're going to get the gold medals tonight for the Central York Panthers. And, of course, York High will walk away with the silver medals.
That's a super big deal for these kids, man. Like I said, on both sides, they both get medals. They both got to this plateau. And like I said, this game is dedicated to Coach Rodney Washington. I know he's been very proud to see these kids make it this far and, you know, and bring the PIAA championship District 3 to York County.
And now for the championship medal presentation, I'd like to offer our congratulations to the York High Bearcats. We would now like to present the medals to the District 3 runner-up, the Bearcats from York High.
And that's a big congratulations from York High.
The athletic director, Dr. George Pitt. Jerry Jean Batiste. Head coach Russ Stoner will also be assisting Dr. Pitt in the medal presentation.
I don't know if the fans can hear, but York High is receiving their
silver
their
medals.
runner-up medals.
Mm-hmm.
Marcellus John.
That's Marcellus John receiving his.
Kelvin Matthews. Brandon Molina. Antoine Beard. Shakir Wright.
I can take that. I can probably take that camera down.
Terrence Drakeford. Samir DeShield. Juwan Orr. Stephen Roland Washington. Montrez Jackson. Janis Sims. Johnny Cheshire. Sam Stoner. Chucky Simmons. Jordan Nelson. Tyrell Witt. Quentin Price. Maud Walker. Kylie Davenport. J-Ron Hunt. Anthony Balby. Terrence Price. Jaquan Jones. Shaheem White. Aaron Johnson. Brian Rivero. Marquise Day. Jesus Ruiz. Tamir Drakeford. Matthew Parker. Ashir Upson. Jaden Watson. George Banks Jr. Michael McCundy. Melvin Vega.
Maybe hope to get some interviews here, too, tonight with some of the players as medals are being given out to the York High Bearcats.
Congratulations to our Central York Panthers.
My broadcast partner, too, multitasking here, the cameraman and commentator.
From Central York, presenting will be Coach Gary Hunter and Assistant Principal Gerald Eisner. Beau Pribula.
On the field here with the Central York Panthers. Of course, they punched their ticket to the state playoff round, where they await the winner of Delaware Valley or Altoona. That'll be their next game. The winner of that game, Central York, undefeated now at 8-0 as the Central York Panthers receive their gold medals here. As we bring the game to you this Friday night. And the fans of Central and the band have stayed here for the award ceremony. And do what a game to be at here, huh? How about it on the field?
Oh, yeah, it's been a great game, man. Like I said, just to be on the field and watch you guys enjoy this time, it's a blessing, man. I'm glad to be here.
Brandon Watson. Jamar Simpson. Marquis Sexton. Dan Ray Smith. James Collington. Amir Medical.
Head coach Gary Janchik has the duty of handing out the gold tonight due to the Central York Panthers, your District 3 6A champions.
Kevin Llewellyn. Jonathan Mufflin. David Selfridge. Thaddeus Shaw. Michael Schaefer. DeWitt. Scott Mull. David Moore. Ron Schaub. Ray Knowers. Ethan Kramer. Justin Kane. Tyler String. Stuart Kingsborough. Nathaniel Alaka. Danny Baum. Dave Hill. Alex Carney. Logan Becker.
The taste of victory due for the Central York Panthers Ball Club.
Wayne Bridgeport.
They finally got their gold.
Blake Hinder. Lucas Simbeck. Joey Sevison. Josh Gaffney.
Fan favorite Josh Gaffney.
Josh got number 73, and just standing down here on field level, 6'4", 300-pound offensive tackle going to University of Albany.
Jamar Calhoun.
I got you.
Alex West.
A lot of enthusiasm for the Central York Ball Club here, field level.
Davidson. Fisher. Braden Woodward. Managers for the Panthers, Olivia Miles, Gwen Schmicky, Genius Samant Seabright. In the coaching staff for the Panthers, Michael Cesarno, Reese Judd, Cody Lehman, John Huddle, Shane Brion, Adam Ogle, and the head coach for the Panthers, Gary Onster.
Taking you inside here, fans of these winning moments here for Central York.
Gavin, Executive Director of the YAIAA.
The sweet taste of victory for the Central York Panthers tonight. As we bring the game to you tonight, it's Sports Shooting Stars. Central